Washi gonna find Bolu, but does get hit markers by Jez. Going up against, they're now all tied up 1-1. Gio is going to get taken down by Jazz. You can now see Jazz pushing up towards the B flag. We're rocking that 35 round. See that we have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Gio. Sure enough, it's the push from the backside, finds Jazz.
Licença, Tocinha! Pofo! Botão no cofrinho do Limpes! Pofo pra cima do Delzinho! Double pofo do craque! Faz clipe aí, meu chat! Você tá no YouTube, faz o clipe da jogada! Tomara tá!
Um som,
Vou cravar cima, crava esquerda, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem A. Vai ter mais um.
Aí tem que forçar essa
Pode ver agora, calma.
Nossa!
And we've got two players left to deal with. Evan 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god. We've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't have it. We're going to another round. The most at the moment. Finds another one. Just an absolute demon. Moving Twinkles in with the side of Nova. Dave, you're going in.
People see, there is one A now.
Marvel misses one, but doesn't miss twice.
Out. Oh my. Chris, he's all one. Four. Where you at, homie? I know you're in a typical sniper in this area, but right now you're a sniper. With an 80 with close. Lucky. Get headshot. Cosmo, smoke. Get it too, homie. We got a 1v1.
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
Extem was left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make this.
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artem, Misa coming through. What's that? Is that a kilo? Whoa! Artemisa, the Damascus kilo. Ooh, Chels. Finds one, is looking for two, but Artemisa. Yo, this girl kinda nuts with the kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been. Found herself on that Sparrow shot. But the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, Brigstock! Well, it was looking good for a minute there, Verdict, at the beginning of this round, but it is quickly gone in. I think you're right on the money. You see Aerith push that up, finds two in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another day of Mobile Mayhem North America action. I apologize, it is me, Gilmania. We don't have Day just yet. You'll have to wait for him a little bit longer. Who you do not have to wait for is my friend, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Verdict, how are you doing, my friend?
Man, I'm honored, man. I'm honored to join the stage with, such great talent on a regular basis. I'm just so fortunate to be surrounded with people who are very open-minded, very focused, very determined to get to that next step. And I've got to be honest with you, Mobile Mayhem has been just such a delight here recently. Obviously, it's always been great, but it's just getting better and better and better. It's like the weeks, the storylines, everything, the hard work, the tears. It's just, I mean, it's coming down on me, man. And I'm just like, I'm really like sitting back and enjoying it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I gotta agree. It's just getting more and more spicy. We've had some upsets, some surprises, a lot of in-betweens, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Verdict, my friend, for tonight. Why don't we go take a look onto what's going to be upon us, the 4 matches of the day here in North America.
Absolutely. We're going to start things off with a little, team mobility and luminosity. Should be light work for luminosity. They should come through, handle business. It should be their day where, hey, you know what, we're not taking any crap. It's the end of the week. Let's close it out. Followed up by a pretty decent matchup. Simplicity is on the back burner, beating LG for the first time in one map. Couldn't get the job done. Obviously, they got 2-0 by Centurion, who came out of nowhere. This is their redemption tour, upper echelon as well now, as they're both kind of sitting in the middle of the pack at the bottom. We'll see who's going to break out and, kind of have that flawless end season. Seminole and Zygnus for our marquee and highlight match of the night, followed up by another banger. It's Team 11 and Fierce. Out of all 4 of these series, Gil, I mean, obviously, Seminole and Zygnus have got to be that number 1, but how close is that 11 and Fierce match going to be?
Well, that's the thing. I am truly intrigued about these two, and it's interesting because as you mentioned, XI has been surprising in a lot of different scenarios. They've been able to win 2-0 onto a variety of enemies, but in here tonight, I think those last 2 matches are going to be fire. Definitely I truly feel like we could have more of a closer scenario on Team 11T versus Fierce, but at the same time, I don't know what's gonna happen with Cygnus yet again. They are changing players, they're changing paths, they're changing strategies. You can't really tell. I think in the past I used to say that 11T was the most inconsistent performance-wise team, where they could be like underperforming or just over the moon. But as of right now, I would say that said team would be actually Cygnus, if I'm being honest.
They've kind of like, coasted by off of, status alone. They've swapped a lot of pieces in and out. They've mixed it up a lot. And I get it, you're going through a little bit of a reconstructive. And where does that put them at in the standings, though, as we take a look at it? Zygnus literally sitting in the top 5 seed. Looking decent on points. Overall, this year, it's not bad, but it's not Zygnus, right? That name carries weight. Right. I mean, it's like when you speak of greatness in LATAM, you cannot help but mention both Zygnus and 11. Zygnus have just not been performing up to par. They got to change something. It's got to start today. And they're going to have to face off against an opponent in Seminole, who is literally at the top of the pack with 80 points. Fierce with 75, as well as Luminosity and Centurion. It's a 3-way tie for second. One of these teams are going to be moving up. I have a feeling Luminosity is going to be one of them. Fierce, possibly. Centurion, obviously going to have the bye today. 11 with 55. Infinite Simplicity. I think we mentioned it last, or Tuesday. I don't think you were here because your power went out. Thank God your power is back up, by the way. But one of the things that Zim and I were talking about as we were casting was Simplicity cannot afford to lose any more matches if they want to be a top 6 team. They have to be flawless for the remainder of season.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that at this point, not only are they like relying on themselves, but also slightly relying on to others. Because if here, for example, tonight you get to see, I don't know, 11T and Cygnus both winning, even if Simplicity were to win 2-0 against upper echelon, they're still gonna be in top 7. There's no shot just yet.
Yeah.
There's a few teams who are like, we know how each day there's a couple of teams who don't play. I can say that Seminole hasn't had one of those days. I think that Xi is today's his day, so I don't know. Infinite Simplicity, they gotta win them all, and they also gotta rely on some others to not do as great in order to actually fight for that top six spot.
You're absolutely right. Want to give a huge shout out to Brat coming through. Not only is she supporting the EU scene, she is here in NA in full effect. 21 gifted tier 1 subs. If you got a gifted sub from Brat, make sure you tell her thank you. She has been a OG supporter for quite a while now, and well, if you did, make sure you pay your dues and tell her thank you at the very, very least. She's a great person, always in chat supporting. Was in EU, just absolutely making it rain with subs earlier. But less about that, more about this. Best 3 right now. The spread leads to Slums, Hardpoint, followed by Raid, Search and Destroy. Our first series of the night's about to tee off. Control, Summit if we go the distance. Mobility off to choose. Firing range is a ban, as well as Luminosity banning takeoff. That's for quite some obvious reasons, but hey, we're going to go ahead and dive on into it. Again, this is supposed to be like, you perfecting your mechanics, just not necessarily going through the motions, but you got to sit back and think, if you're LG, this is a game that you cannot have any questionable play on. As I say that, it's spawning in with Flashy, who was not the move, but it does look like he was just swapping loadouts. So action will ensue. P1's open for business, and right now it's LG all over the board.
Sir, getting inside. We know how Luminosity likes this map, and they're gonna be the first ones to get inside of it. Band already with 2 kills is gonna be inside of the kill now, turning around, getting another kill. Realizes that there's a bunch of people in there, makes the call out for Ambi to help him out. That is gonna be a clean defense for the squad. They know exactly what they're doing at this point. If I'm being honest with you, Verdict, I don't think I'd ever, and I mean ever, allow my team to go off against Luminosity Gaming on Slums. I feel like it's a map that they dominate so well on both, I mean not both, but every single game mode. Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, or Control. I don't think I'd ever want to get near Luminosity on this map particularly.
Yeah, if you would have done your homework, you would have definitely seen, like, maybe we don't ban a map that we are not, questionably good at. Maybe we ban a map that we know the advantage is on the other foot. Right now, the advantage is here in the Slums. Right now, they've got the P2 spawns. They got 38 points off of P1, so LG looking to complete the trifecta here in the Hardpoint as well. We've seen him in Control. We've seen him in Surge. This is the first time I've seen them in Hardpoint on this map in a very long time, and it looks, I mean, just as good. Flawless set of first 15 seconds onto the point they go. Envy is in a beast mode form and banned. Oh yeah, he's Sam. He's back and ready to play. He's missed a few days. That's quite all right. This team desperately needs you to frag in every game we see you in. Boy, oh boy, is he doing it.
Going and shredding through the opponents right now. Ambi with 8 kills. Scratch that. That's now 9. Turning around for the next one. 10 double-digit numbers already for Ambi defending on the outskirts of the hill. Then he finds himself inside of it. That is a 50 points gap getting increased by the second in favor of Luminosity Gaming. Ambi once again turning around. The game sense of this man is nearly perfect. Let me tell you, Verdict just killing it left and right. Eventually, he's the one that has to get in charge to actually secure the last few seconds. You realize that someone might have spotted over there, but Flashy may have taken a few seconds to actually start moving in this game, but let me tell you, those seconds don't matter no more. Flashy's been killing it in favor of team ability. The problem being that he's the only one doing so. You got Slaya with only 1 kill, Claps with 2, and then Beetle with 3. 2 also for Bride. Like, in total, he's got more kills on his own than the entirety of his allies.
You're absolutely right. He's right there. The TAC 5's going to go for granted now. Bright finally going to be able to get on the hill, but Mobility are struggling in the slaying department as well as the objective time. Bright going to finally be able to pick up slack there as he picks up his 3rd, but he's going to be shut down. Washi, who got banned in my chat earlier for being downright disgusting and dirty. You're absolutely right. I did it, boy. I will unban you after the day's stream, though, I promise. Just can't go in, messing around in chat and thinking you don't have any consequences to your actions. Right now, the consequences to the actions here from LG is they're going to go ahead and saddle up for Nuas. 10 seconds left to go. But finally, a little bit of hill time and a little bit of peace of serenity on the P3 side. Well, now it's all about the P4 side where LG have already swarmed the hill. This thing's still a little close. Too cool to call at the moment, but LG, a little bit of struggle here in this opening of the P4.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more time for team mobility, but let's see for how long after coming down from Secret. There's the Sparrow from Slayer, takes the kill onto Solo, goes for the next one. His allies are gonna help him out through the wall, getting that last kill. That is the initial hold that team mobility was aiming for. Now Slayer gonna help him out, taking down Washi, coming down from the back. There's the push from Band, and coming there from the... never mind, he's down. The next one to try to get inside is gonna be Envy. Envy with a kill onto Beetle, tries to push for the next one with the gloves in hand, but misses that kill. The one who doesn't miss that kill is gonna be Washi. Washi not too happy about being Envy, the one with the most kills, so he's putting in the work. And right now Washi with 18 kills. You know what, Verdict? I'm actually quite surprised. I did not know that Washi didn't have that Creek 6 Mythic skin. Not only because it's pretty and all, but honestly, I feel like it's also super useful to have it. But it's understandable, right? It's not necessarily like the cheapest investment.
No, these guns, they may look flashy and whatnot, but they are certainly coming at a price. Right now, the price here for this P1 reset, only going to have us down by 50. This is certainly a doable game here for Team Mobility. A little crisper rotations from P1 to P2. Might have ourselves a different ball game. Right now, it's back into the blender we go. LG toss him in. 3 in the feed, make it 4 as the combo comes through. A lot of uncontested time here for the side of LG. They're just giving a bunch of hill space. And no kills coming through on the flip side of things. Flashy trying to do what he can do. He's first one to lobby and 2 past that 20 marker on his side. His compadre's still lacking. I think we got Bright with 6 and Slayer with 10. Claps is sitting at 10 himself. Beetle is not doing the best either. This is Flashy trying to make some magic happen with the last 18 seconds of hill time. This is bait. You've got to push to the spawn sites. This is not for free. This is at the expense of getting the late rotation to P2. And we saw how devastating that rotation was last time around. Big time kills coming through on the back end. And as soon as I say that, Team Mobility have the little bit of an opening right now. Let's go ahead and dive in for a quick listen, and we'll see how the comms sound for Team Mobility as they have the advantage rolling into this P2 setup.
One more broken car. A1.
Put it point. Oh my god. Oh. Bertus, point there. Hi, somebody, There's one behind you. Point, pushing deep. And one red car.
One's on fucking A long.
Just go next.
Me too. Yeah.
I spawned back here. Oh, what am I doing? Go next, but just go next.
They're
All right, we might have caught him with their pants down. Let's be real. That rotation got broken super quick, and you heard the comms as soon as we jumped in. It was, oh man, what's happening? You already know what's happening. LG coming through like a freight train, knocking out that whole back wall on the P2 site. Doesn't matter if you got spawns or not. Those boys are not losing gunnies.
And right now, I like that call to try to go there early, but it was definitely not as easy to be done than it was to be said. In here, trying their best. Leia once again with the Sparrow will try to get inside. Not gonna be having the same impact than he did last time he used that Sparrow. The next operator was Bright with a claw, but the double kill with a Pred missile by Band is gonna secure that area even further in favor of Luminosity. Already over 200 points in their favor, pretty much doubling down the points that their opponents have right now. It is getting hotter and hotter to see in here. Team Ability had a great mid game, but the beginning and right now what comes to be pretty much the end has been really bad in here. Flashy with 24 kills will try to defend his allies. That is gonna be the retake with only 15 seconds left, but no, Envy once again will take them out, will tear them apart. That is pretty much gonna be 230 in favor of Luminosity, doing an outstanding job, just continuing to be the dominant team that they like to be. Less than 20 seconds verdict, and I don't think there's a whole lot more that can be done in here. Yeah, they're gonna be getting there inside first for Team Mobility, but I don't know for how long. There's another claw being used by Bright, taking that kill onto Band, turning around, trying to find the next one. A little bit of pre-fire, a little bit of fun, a little bit of action will not result. No, it actually is. Okay, some more defense in favor of Team Ability.
Okay.
But I just still feel like it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, the end is certainly upon us. Right now, Band going to be able to get, I mean, what kind of angle is this? He gets a cheeky little jump up Not enough to get the kill, but I mean, just little nooks and crannies on this map that a lot of us aren't familiar with. There goes Envy now. Claws popped. He's good for 1, but Blurred popping the TAC 5. They're looking to put this sucker away. The contests are coming from all over. Washi now the last player inside of the P4 or outside of the P4 area. He's away for the cavalry to come through. He's a one-man wrecking crew, but it's Claps who's able to shut him down. Puri's good for 1, make it 2. Ban not able to get the job done. Envy trying to do so. We are going to be extended to at least a P1 reset.
What was the best point for team mobility?
No, I mean, yeah, without a shadow of the doubt. You looked at it from the first time around, it was great. P3 was much better, and I think that was the difference in this game. Obviously, we looked at the P2s. I mean, you're getting your back blown out on the P2 side. It's very hard to make anything happen, even if you got the back spawns. Like, they're hitting it from the front, they're getting it from the side. It's just... It's downright impossible to get out of a... Yeah. And then P3, you don't have anything to, like, counter, and, you know, that was, like, the final straw, right? It's one that broke the mobility's back.
Yeah, and I think that on the first rotation, on point 3, on P3, Team Mobility have had way more utilities to be using, from operators to a couple of score streaks that they had, and well, that allowed them to have a great defense, like as I mentioned on the first rotation. Then on the second, well, Luminosity was better prepared to what was coming on that one, and it was actually P4 that Team Mobility was capable of fighting back, but it is what it is. GG, well played. Verdict on accident left that lobby, but
you're missing out, bro. I'll tell you what's happening. We got a well-coordinated, good-looking, clutch-to-crown team right here. Look at these skins. They're absolutely beautiful. I don't think I've seen such a great team picture in all of my days. Obviously, we've got EU who has their fair share. I think 117 uses like the gray and red. I don't know what kind of mask skin it is, but this one right here certainly takes the cake. Coordination takes a lot of effort, and we appreciate that. Didn't think that was going to go unnoticed? Well, it's not. Take a look at the post-action report. I'll go ahead and read it out to you. It's by far, your Major Warrior leading the pack with 38-25. Almost 2 minutes on the hill. I mean, I don't know what else more you can ask from the man. A minute 54, 38-25, 15 assists. He does it all. Band, certainly a valuable player in this roster. Love to see him back in it now as we get geared up. On the flip side of things, Flashy does finish like -3, 28-31 with a minute 29. That was about the only highlight that this team had. Beetle had 27-29, but nowhere even remotely close to the hill time.
Yeah, it was definitely just pure lack of actual control from coming down from the side of Team Ability, while on the opposite end, Luminosity just had everything so well organized. And what a way to be the MVP, right? I think it's been a couple of days since we've had someone be not only the one with the most kills, but also the one with the most OVJ time. So Band, my friend, you killed it. You led your team into the victory, into success. It was really, really well done, you know. Band, 38 kills, you said, right?
38, yeah.
Nearly dropping that 40 bomb to start up the gate of update number 7 of Mobile Mayhem. I'm just intrigued about what's gonna be coming next.
Chat, calm down. Chat is literally taking my comment out of proportion. I was talking about the back of the spawns. Okay, chill. Okay. When I said the
I see that now.
Come on now. What's wrong with you guys? Can you get your minds out of the gutter and just relax and enjoy? Come on. Anyway, what were you trying to say before I was really interrupted by chat?
I mean, you've done that to me in the past, Birdie. Come on now. Don't make yourself look innocent.
Okay, all right. Whoa, damn. Don't say what?
No, I feel bad.
I'm ready to the plum right now, bro. Okay, yeah, you're right. I've got to get my head out of the gutters now too. We just had too in-depth of a conversation prior to the broadcast. Let me just tell you, chat, we got a little diamond on our hands in Gil, and I'm excited to see what kind of diamonds we got in this next game, because it could be our last for this series now. Search and Destroy raid. Obviously, we didn't see the ban come through of the side of Slums, and I think based off of the selection, Team Mobility actually selected Slums to be played since they banned it, and which is interesting. Like, right? If you don't want to play them on Search or Destroy, because those guys are demons.
Oh boy, well, it's gonna be Raid, ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 with the backs against the wall. That is gonna be Team Mobility starting off aggressive. Look at that, Slaya alongside with who I think it's Beetle. No, that's not Beetle. Oh, Solo finds the first blood. The answer back immediately happened by Beetle with a headshot onto Washi. 1-for-1 trade. And well, it seems like they're stopping a little bit onto their aggression. No, never mind. Slaya feeling confident, feeling comfortable, will begin to move forward inside of the red room onto Zigzag. See, he's gonna find one for free pretty much, and that's Solo. To try to answer back, not gonna be possible. He's out of Beetle, knocked down by Band. There's gonna be a 3 versus 2. The collective push through Kitchen. Inside of it, there's Band. Band taking one. He already knows that there's an enemy in here. He's peeking out left to right, trying to just pretty much confuse his opponent, but
Slaya said,
Slaya.
Yeah, Slaya said, I'm getting the hell out of here, bro. Did you see how quick he got out of there? He's like, I saw the peak. He's like, bro, this guy's cracked. He's like, nope.
Cannot fight against that movement.
No, I can't, bro. Look, there's not a third-person movement in COD Mobile that give you like a third-person angle to peek. But that quick little, like, hey, 1, 2, I'm all the way up in there. Slaya said, nope, not today, buddy. Now it's inevitable. Did you prolong it long enough? Slaya, it slips right through the cracks. Band has no idea. And Slaya might have made a hit for the lifetime. Look, nobody's watching the bomb site. If this guy gets a drop, nope, it's Band finally coming through. Look, if there was executions in COD Mobile,
Band,
prime subject.
Now, man. Come on, Band.
Yo, do it with the glow stick. Do it with your glow stick. Bro.
Oh my god.
Bro,
Tell me about
God.
playing with your food, Verdict. Disrespectful.
It's downright atrocious, bro. Like, look, he gave him one fire shot, like, hey, I'm right here. Will he turn around? Man, if I was Slaya, I would have been shaking in my boots at that moment.
Yeah. Oh man, Luminosity coming through with the first dove on that round. Now, take a look onto Solo. He's gonna have the pressure of a lot of people and took a nasty flick onto Slaya. He was done with Slaya's sneaky peeks that he's had in the past. In the meantime, Brad gonna knock down Band. He was the one with the most kills on round 1. Which wasn't a lot necessarily, you know, it was 2 kills. Pretty fancy way it started warming up, but definitely not enough in here. 2-for-1 trades once again in favor of Luminosity, ladies and gentlemen. The bomb already pretty much across the map, nearly gonna be planted soon. Whenever Envy does feel safe enough to actually pull forward, the only one defending in here is Beetle. Verdict. Beetle defending with a Creek 6, regulars camo. Oh my god! And with no scope, taking that headshot onto Envy. Bomb is gonna be taken back by Blur and immediately planted. That was a good kill for Beetle. Beetle now going for the double. Beetle making them pay the price for now. 3 kills already for him.
Oh my god.
Beetle destroying the entirety of the opponent's side. Now Solo on his own. 1 versus 2. 30 seconds on the clock. Gonna pick up that CVR from the ground, but still has that low, because we've seen this kind of angle just work out to perfection to whoever is preventing that defusal from happening. And Solo knows this. He's waiting for it. Gonna miss the first shot. Gonna go for the second. Not gonna have the right opportunity. They're defusing. And Solo knows that. He picks out, but gets taken down. That was perfect teamwork in favor of Team Mobility. And it all comes down from that insane play by Beetle. Just peeking in and out, getting a kill, going back. Getting a kill, going back. Not overstaying wherever he was picking. That was really, really well played by Team Mobility.
It was very well played. Beetle coordinating the push there at the top side. Gives away the A side for free, but it wasn't for free. What am I just saying? This chat might be... This should definitely be 100% illegal, right? There's no way you don't run a freaking red dot on this atrocious Krig. I don't care how cracked of a player you are. There's nobody in their sane mind who'd be able to do it. And then on top of that, get those kind of shots in. Beetle, you're cracked, homie. Pay off round now. Giving away the A side for free yet again. Envy going to be able to pick the heads off of the first blood right down. On the backside flash, you're going to be able to get the trades as Solo is going to be dropped. And Washi's looking for vengeance. He's looking for blood. He's looking for his first of the game. It's going to be Soul in there as Blur and Envy going to be combined for one. Envy actually on a burner is going to be able to find the 2-piece. That opens up the floodgates towards the A site where he's going to get the bomb down. And Slaya yet again. Picture moment. Like, does this not give you like round 1 vibes? 1v3? Washi says, not today. We're not going to troll. 1-2 lead in favor of LG. They are still in the driver's seat.
And like a wound that just won't stop bleeding, Team Ability continues to struggle in here. Game 1, they lost by over 100 points. And in here, although necessarily not too bad, you know, not a big gap in between one another, 2-1 leading favorite team Luminosity Gaming, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Outside of that round that they won, I don't feel like they are doing so hot in here. I want to go and take a look onto the point of view from Washi. Washi, who's, you know, struggling a bit, you know. Washi with only 1 kill so far. Class is going to take that headshot onto Solo, and Beetle knocks down Envy. Okay, a great start. And as soon as I say that Washi had no kills, he takes the second, takes that breadstick and just slams it across the table to imply that he's over with that number. Takes kill number 2, goes for kill number 3, misses that shot, but manages to survive. That was a 2-for-2 trade, so we're still getting even numbers with the bomb in hand. We still have Beetle, not Beetle, pardon me, that's Band. Band with the M16, open field, open for business. He will try to go push for that plant over on Alpha. That's exactly what's gonna happen in here. He was just checking, making sure that there was no one like Beetle was last time, you know, making sure that he's safe, feeling safe in here. Takes that opportunity, plants that bomb. 40 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. This is round number 4, and Band just landed a really good shot onto Claps. Then a little bit of pre-fire onto Money Room. Flashy knocked down Washi with the double. Washi, you know, he just needed a little push on energy, you know. I was like,
Yeah.
He only got 1 kill. Well, I got 4 now all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he was able to type in my chat, he would probably be like, "Verdict, shut your pie hole. I'll get my kills when I can get them." You know, I don't need motivation from anybody other than Gil, who is absolutely marvelous. First Bloods coming through in this round. 10 seconds in, we're looking for the kills from Washi. He is on fire. And on a map where you need sunglasses to play, here is the heat is brutal, and that sun is scorching. We're going to see this full-on back alley sin. Look at Flashy. He's literally behind Washi. Bright's going to be able to open up a 1. As a matter of fact, Flashy's not alone. He's got 2 with him. Well, he's got 1 with him, at least. Going to give away a little bit of information in that tag, but Bang going to be able to clear the wigs off another through the wall. Bang, and into the money room we go. Is this a party? I mean, what are we waiting on? Where's the heist at? You going to take the loot and dip, or what? Blur going to be able to open up with another. Washi, that was your moment to shine, homie. What's going on? Bombs planted. Slayer can't hit the shots. Moment's too big. Claps now. Left alone. 30 seconds on the clock. Blur makes him eat bullets. We're going into another round. 4-1 lead. Starting to really get away here from Team Mobility, but I mean, you had a great hit to the backside of the map, literally for free, and couldn't capitalize on it. That's tough.
It is really tough. Last round before we flip spawns, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see. Oh my god, I just saw Claps with a whole line onto Washi. He was inside a kitchen and just went in, but Blur gonna take the revenge flag. The revenge flag, then Solo answering back. Flashy with a double. Okay, Flashy. He was killing it on
Oh,
hardcore.
wow,
Now makes it
Flashy.
a triple, Flashy. Okay, I see you. Turn it around, maybe? Question mark? Turn it around. No, he tries to push forward. The only one alive is gonna be Blur. Blur in the middle of a 1v3, not gonna have any clue of where the opponents could be at. Now, here's them to the right, misses that shot. Beetle is the one to knock him down. Flashy with a double, with a triple, pardon me, and then Beetle end things on a high note. That is the second point going in favor of Team Ability. We're gonna flip Spawn's verdict. You think that's maybe, you know, any swift in momentum?
Yeah,
or
you know,
we're
let
just
me
gonna
go ahead and
call
tell
it a
you, on
day?
this map, on the attacking side, the bar is usually about 2 rounds. LG's already hit 4. They've done all of the hard work. Now they get to sit back and relax at their spawn side. Right now, you can see Band. He's literally holding down the bottom side of red. Right on the outskirts of it. Claps doesn't know it just yet. If he peeks this angle, he's certainly going to find out. The headies are nasty. Envy and Solo combining for the first 2. Flashy there for the quick trade. Washi's dropped. And now the players from Team Mobility, they're in a scramble. There's only 2 of them left. Blur taking down Flashy. Not a good sign. Bright, give him a little bit of life there, taking down the trade. But they have nowhere to go and stuck in spawn. They're going to play for the trades now for themselves. Obviously, LG has been known to be aggressive. I don't think they're going to do it here, but if we see a full wrap back to the A site, if they can get past Solo, this might be a good read.
Could be in here. I don't know. 3 versus 2. I don't know where it ran out of audio, but it doesn't matter. You can still see the action. in there on doubles. There's Solo, unaware of enemy's presence behind him. That is gonna be Slaya taking that freebie, immediately pushing through pool. And as soon as they do that, Luminosity, of course, realizing that they might be pushing onto the pool. There's Emby, finds an enemy, but cannot land those shots fast enough. 30 seconds left. Emby positioning himself in a better spot in here was just not
Well
ready.
played.
The timing was awful there for Emby, so that is once again a clutch moment for Blur. Last time it was a 1v3, this time is quote-unquote only a 1v2 and
Beautiful.
lands the first shot onto Slaya, the bomb on the ground, and that is just atrocious news for the side of Team Mobility, because the second they pick that bomb, that's the indicator for Blur to push forward. Bomb is gonna be planted. Blur is gonna be there a second too late, so they can plant it, but it doesn't matter. Oh, it does matter. Okay,
Nasty.
Bride, I see you. Okay.
Great coordination, great
Definitely
play.
took that opportunity with a head glitch.
Look, this should have been Mobility's round. They played their two so very well. They catch Envy at the top of the staircase. Obviously,
Yeah.
you take a few shots, you get the intel. They obviously know that you're on the trail, and one place that you're going to be pushing yourself to is that top staircase. They did a great job of cleaning out that before they got that bomb plant down, and surely enough, it was the ice in the veins of that last player alive. Right now, First Blood in, Ban making him feel something vicious now, as he's already embarked on a journey into the spawn. He's got the hit, the red van, or the red car blown up. 2 there, make it 1 left. Clap's going to be able to shut him down. But here comes the compadre, Solo, trying to get some wall bangs. Solo, Clap, see you next round. Beetle and Flashy last 2 alive. And damage is done. Flashy now the last hope. 3-4, well, make it 3-5. Great bounce back round there from LG. This is, what a clinical round for them should be. They should be, the perfect amount of aggressive to conservative. You got Ban push it up. Absolutely causing mayhem, picking up 2 off the rip. Then you got Solo who's there to get the trades. It's just an overall great round for the defense.
I think we should go with Band. Keep an eye open for my boy Band, pushing forward as deeply as he can. Washi took a kill early on also onto Slaya. Band with the opportunity to go for more. Bale has no clue where they're at. He's not been spotted either. Inside a zigzag, there's Bride. Bride gonna be spotted. Bride knocked to the ground, to the graveyard. That's gonna be the 2-for-3 trade in favor of Luminosity Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Flashy alongside with Claps. Claps and Flashy. Claps is actually gonna be completely obliterated by Envy. Flashy on his own 1v3. He knows that there's someone inside of Money, but are they still inside, buddy? That's the biggest question. He's trying to check onto each corner. Finds the opponent and with a jump shot. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Small, literally so small peek from Solo through the window and then through the wall. Took that shot and the kill, 6-3. Luminosity Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, about to be serving their hearts on a platter, because this one, I think this one is gonna be over soon.
Yeah, I think so. I know it's not Valentine's Day anymore, but LG will certainly take their hearts not for granted. Shots coming through. Solo able to use the movement to his advantage to get out of the kitchen side as things were getting a little too hot. Flashy still continuing to push the limits. Ban gonna be able to find the first trade as Bright and Wash City have exited stage left here in this round. And look at Flashy. He's literally in the spawn side now. Solo's gonna get dropped. Beetle and Slaya combined for 2. That's enough, but Blur is right there on the outskirts. Oh, the Ego Shell. It's there. Blur now opting to use the worst TikTok loadouts. I don't know what this is, Blur. I mean,
Right?
am I supposed to be impressed?
What am I looking at?
What I mean, is this something that Bobby used and you want to see if you can do as well? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, that one of those Bobby series. I think I've seen him like ranking out with the worst loadouts possible. Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
What-
So that's
what is
the
that?
look. Play at Mobile Mayhem with the worst possible J358 class.
Well, alright, okay, Blur. You may have all 8 kills, but you still lost that round. That is gonna be 6-3. Band with a kill with a nade and immediately pushing forward for more. Has the locust in hand. Will miss the first shot and he may have to pay the price. No, he can run out of there and then with the help of Solo, will manage to survive by eliminating Bride. 2 kills for no trade in favor of Luminosity. Only 3 more members on the side of Team Mobility. Ladies and gentlemen, the bomb is on the ground, nowhere to be found, and that's something that the side of Luminosity know. That's why they're pushing forward, but Band Good one for the team. Beetle is gonna make that double-digit numbers now as he peaks out 11 kills for himself. Beetle just shredding through Flash now. He's trying to go for a comeback in his favor. Not gonna be enough. Gets executed by Envy. Verdict and collapses on his own. He knows that there's someone on Garage, but he's got no clue where he should be looking at, and he lost to the right.
Is that a wallbang from Washi? Did you see where Washi was at?
You mean the Garage? Yeah. No, wait, was that not Washi?
Oh yeah,
was
Washi was outside of the garage. He's literally in spawn. Like if you're spawning in on the attacking side.
Oh yeah.
And he literally hits a wallbang through the wall and gem. I don't know how many shots he had to take. I was obviously on the receiving end of that shot, but I have to literally go back and rewind that and watch it. Kind of sussy, boy. We're gonna need to see some backup proof for that. Love to see it though. LG coming through, handling business. 2-0 swift, quick justice. 7-4 win for them. I'll admire the persistence out of this team mobility squad. They didn't fold, they didn't lay down, they didn't give it away for free. They fought. It just wasn't enough. This LG team has been together for a while. They know it works. And hell, even Washi knows spots that I had no idea that you could wallbang from. 10 kills on board for Envy. He's going to be your MVP with 3 plants to go along with it. 12 for Ban, man. He's a demon on the map. Very hard to stop both in the hardpoint and search or destroy. Absolutely clinical on the first bloods, too. I wish I had that as a percentage. 10 for Solo. On the flip side of things, you have Beetle, which should have been, pulled over and arrested for using that class. That was such a disgusting iron sight that we had to bear through, but we made it through, chat. We're going to be okay.
We are going to be okay, but that was a 2-0 victory. Luminosity continuing their undefeated spree. They have conceived the one map, but outside of that, completely flawless, not even showing any signs of stopping soon. And understandably so, continuing to be the team that most people, if not all, are expecting to have this sort of performance, not only in regular season, but also whenever we start playing playoffs, right?
Absolutely. 100% agree with that one. All right, that is going to be it for the first series of the night. I'm literally trying to get back into the lobby, but doing it from my iPad to see if I can find that shot, because I need to see where the hell he hit that from. But until then, we're going to take a short intermission. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors in Gorilla and COD Mobile, ladies and gentlemen. We still got plenty of action to go now, as I do believe we have Simplicity and Upper Echelon right on the horizon. So don't go anywhere, anybody. We're going to be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it. Sorry, it took me a little while. I was trying to get that clip from Washi. He indeed did hit the wall bang on that last shot. As soon as I can get it up and posted, we'll take a look at it. More focus for the next series ahead. And obviously, Gil, we're into our second series of the night. We got a team that's struggling after taking down one of the best teams and having one of the most epic finishing matches in hardpoint histories. We're talking about Simplicity. They're on the back burners.
It hurts. Like
it pains me.
The closest to defeat Luminosity, yet they are struggling to even be on playoff situation. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, it doesn't at all. I mean, today they've got to handle business. This is an upper echelon team that, I mean, let's just be real. They kind of, let us down on Tuesday. They didn't really step up and show that they were great at any sense of the game, but they were missing Scott. I think Scott is the, certainly a recipe for success on the side of upper echelon. They need this. They need him for this team to click. And obviously he's in the lineup today, so I'm hoping that he makes a huge impact in this roster because we have such high expectations for upper echelon. And obviously they've got big shoes to fill with that name too, right?
Yeah. And well, on the opposite end, of course, we still have players from upper echelon who are struggling even more. Arguably, it seems like they just not have found their own pace of stuff. They got 15 points, if I'm not mistaken, on the side of upper echelon, which is actually only a bunch of one map that they've been able to take away off of some enemies, but they've got no victories just yet in their names. So one of the two will be having that dream, that hope to still make it onto playoffs alive, while the other pretty much will have to start saying good night to everything in a way.
Well, you're absolutely right now. As we're going to get geared up for this series to start, we're going to run through the best of 3 first. I did download that clip, and I really want to see it again. Let me see if I can find it. Right, yep, there we go. Got it right there.
You got it?
I got it. Let me see if I can get it pulled up. There we go. Oh, no. What is this? Why is it upside down? Holy hell, I can't have that. Wow. Whoa. Flip vertical. There we go. Here it is right here, chat. Wait, where'd it go? It just stopped. Oh,
it's
sad
funny
day.
that I'm like just listening to what you're watching.
It doesn't want to play now. I'm upset. Oh God.
Do we have it, or do we have to?
I mean, I've got it, but ever since the loop, let's loop it. There we go. Oh, it's. Oh wait, no. I'm in shambles, chat. I can't do anything right.
Oh man.
I flipped it vertical, and I don't know what happened. There, it's upside down, but I can't get it to freaking flip, bro. I guess we're just gonna have to watch it upside down. Maybe if I rotate it, let's take a look. This is such a bad... There we go. There it is, right here. This is it. I got it. Finally. Chat, enjoy. Look at this. First shot, miss. Second shot, not a whiff. Right in the wall bang, baby. Where'd they do that at? Washi, you gotta share the secrets of the trade with me, bro. You can speak in chat now too, so yeah, we're good. All right, back to the action at hand. We'll forget about that one. Best 3 is going to start us off with a little bit of firing range, hard point, followed up by Summit Search or Destroy. That is absolutely guaranteed. What is earned around here, ladies and gentlemen, is game 3s. Which team is going to stand out on top? If it does, it is going to be that Slums on Control. Less about that, more about this one now, as hardpoint is about ready to start up. Gil, if you had to make a prediction, you've got to roll with Simplicity making the comeback and turning their season around here, right?
It's almost like they deserved it in a way, so I think that there's a greater chance of them taking the dub away. I see the upside down thing that you were mentioning now. Oh my god. Verdict, you have no idea how scared I just was, because I had a lag spike, but for a second I thought my internet went out again. No, I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, on this game number 1, match number 2. I was so scared of it.
All right, thank God we're still here in the action now. Tsunami's been putting in work, bro. Is hanging on for dear life in the trailer side. Finally gets shut down as Cartel's gonna be able to do the deed and get him done now. Awaken. Last player alive here is the upper echelon. They are clicking on all cylinders right now. P1 to P2 connection site looks pretty damn good so far. They've managed to pick up at least 20 points off of this rotation as well. And they're getting the early setup for new here. This is a problem. Simplicity trying to dig themselves out of the hole. Also need to do a little bit of hill time now, and that's where Awaken's like, hey, you know what? I'll pick up the slack. He's just going to step onto the hill. Cartels is actually going to be the one to play it now, as we see it 10 to 20. All about P2 Armory site now as the paper plane goes up. Scott is frying. He's sitting on 7 with a combo. Has Men's died yet? Shut your mouth,
Nope.
Verdict. 7 to 2.
You're
Yep. Dang.
Oh man, but I mean, you were absolutely right. You said that Scott was one of the key parts of the team's success, and well, those 7 kills were like saying he was frying was pretty much an understatement. And here, already on double digits, no one's even close to this man's numbers. But not only that is that his team are keeping it clean inside of the OBJ. John bouncing inside will secure the area, but he's only 1 HP. Still manages to find a double onto Tsunami. Tsunami, my friend, your opponent had like minus HP, and still you did not get that kill. Now John with a shorty gonna take that kill onto Scott. Turns around, he gets the call that there's someone pushing quite soon. He is now pre-firing. Takes 1, takes 2. John
damn,
killing
Jan.
it now himself with 5 to his name inside, just cleaning area up. Now on top of that, on top of it all, using that attack 5 will not be enough to secure his life. My goodness, we're getting some nasty what's that word when you get a lot of kills?
Oh, we're getting a bloodbath. We're getting some nasty chains. We're getting a battle of the M16s right now. Scott's doing it better. Scratch that. Jan's throwing his name in the ring as he picks up 2 with the... Make it 3 with the Preddy. Devastating this roster right now. UE started off with a lot of fire. Right now they're cooling down. Break, here comes the push. It's 2 in, 2 down. AR Ralph going to try and get into the equation. He's going to do a little bit of movement, but it's Carlos with the clean sweep and slide. A little bit of slip and slide action now. Here comes the Sparrow as well, and surely enough, it's UE on the outskirts looking in. They can't put a foot onto the trailer without getting griefed. Shrieks for days, I see. Carlos has got some. Jan's still holding on to a hunter-killer, and also has got a operator to work with, too. No, it looks like he's got an EMP, too. I don't know if that's bugged or not, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Nonetheless, it's, so far, so good for Simplicity. They had a little bit of a rocky start, but being on the bad side of the spawns could really take a toll on you at the rip.
They were not able to get some good control over on P1, but right now they are controlling their own lives as they all begin to push now onto the inside of that wood building. There's the use of the Vortex machine by Cartels, spiking out that kill onto Tsunami. He knows that they're probably rotating through the side of jungle, and he is absolutely right. He is now going to be using the Vortex once more. Please don't kill yourself on accident there. Over. Nah, he's just waiting. Patiently waiting. Eventually, he does take the shot and annihilates his opponent. Tsunami had no chance in there. Now begins to push 4 more. Takes another kill onto Pepe. Cartels now getting a streak of his own now with a kill. Taking another one onto Scott. Scott may have been frying on the first minute and a half of this game. But outside of that, my boy now be struggling like no other. He had 9 kills on the first minute and a half, Verdict, and on the next 3 minutes, he got 3 kills.
Yeah, he's been quiet, bro.
Oh, man.
This is just not a good thing. 45 to 139. We have not seen the day of the hill since the P3 opening, end of P2. Right now, the lead's being racked up heavily. 100-point advantage rolling in favor. The boys over at Simplicity, they're making it look like infinity and beyond of the possibilities of this team going upwards now as they head over towards the P1 site for the reset. Let's go ahead and dive in for a quick listen in. We're going to jump in with Simplicity. They're riding a high pretty well. Let's see how they're taking it.
Oh, I got one. One more ramp. Nice. One more spawn ramp. Yeah, push him over the mid. Push him over.
One stop stitch though.
Nice. Yeah, there's two. I'm going tower. Get on hill. Go on hill.
Come on, push a ramp. He killed me. Ramp. He's gonna hop up 10.
Yo, ramp.
Still dead. He's not towards the spring.
He's on hill.
Yo, kill that guy off hill.
Nigga. Watch your long.
I got
Watch my tunnel, Carlos.
Yo, what? No.
Yeah, Cito, Kobe.
Yeah, there's 2 tunnels. There's 2 C-truck. Right there and then just about.
Oh, yeah, 2.
All right, lo and behold, there, streaks for days. They've got plenty of kills, plenty of time on the hill. They got a 100-point lead rolling into the armory site where they don't necessarily need to be scratching their head or like very anxious to get the break. It would be acceptable to do it midway through. Right now, they're just taking their time and as is because there's no reason to force it. As we mentioned, there's a little bit of cushion that they can afford to play with. Nonetheless, 3 bodies fall almost instantly. UE on the brink of a comeback here.
Yeah, going at it. 40 seconds left, and they are still getting things under control now through the smoke. There's going to be the push by Cartels, who gets quickly obliterated by Pepe. There was also the Purifier being used by Tsunami, who does a lot of damage onto Kings, and that is more than enough to tear him apart. He did take that last kill prior to getting executed, so those 40 seconds would have been just super good for UE, but unfortunately enough for them, by the 20th second mark, they got eliminated, they got taken down, and that is even more secureness, more points going in favor of Simplicity, doing a great job at also rotating onto the next kill inside of it. They got 1 member, and on the outskirts of it, they got 2 more. Scott, yeah, may have gotten that kill, but surprise, there's a push from behind it. That's Cartels. Cartels with the use of the Vortex. My boy B frying with this Vortex. He's used it now twice, and every time he does, he's just making the most value you could get off of a Vortex machine. That was just so much control going in favor of Simplicity. Over 200 points in their favor. The only one alive is gonna be John, gets taken down. The only one, the next one was gonna be Awakened, but got spotted. There's the use of the Sparrow by Pepe. Pepe in here gonna do damage, and eventually finds the kill, but still bites the dust inside of it. There's still a fight for the control. These two are just going at it, into each other. The fight is just a pure dogfight, you know, biting, scrapping, just trying their hardest, but the points, verdicts are still heavily in favor of Infinite Simplicity.
Oh, they are indeed. 120 and counting. Things look pretty bright and shiny on that P2 break. They get the early setup, but it gets spoiled by the last 20 seconds. And on top of that, you get Grab Vortex out of the hill. That's tough. Scott, 25 kills on his name. Trying to make it more. Needs to get some hill time to go along with that, because right now this team is struggling to get on the objective and stay there. Simplicity now just putting their foot on their opponent's throats. They're flirting with 250, only 10 seconds needed. Last little bit of a hit coming through. Pepe, full set of the jungle. Here comes the ops. We've got attack 5 popped here for UE. This could be a moment for them to keep alive now as we see the top side being abandoned. And Tsunami going to be able to clear that out. We might have a little bit of breathing room here, but it's not going to be by much. 6 seconds is all that is needed here for the side of Simplicity to close that out. A good sweep of their opponents off of this wood site, but again, UE, where was this fight at earlier in the matchup? Would have loved to see it a little bit more of a scrappier in between. It's damn near impossible to make something happen with your opponents needing just 6 points to close this out.
All right, now only 6 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Only 6 seconds while UE are still in need of over 100 points for themselves. The last one inside of it was Just a Bot, who, well, it's gonna give on to that because they know they gotta rotate onto P1. They cannot conceive a single bit of control for their opponents here. Just About will find kill number 16. But from behind, there's the push from Kings with the double. Kings with the double, securing the area up. Only 6 seconds. Make it 5, 4, 3. Verdict. This is pretty much over with absolutely nothing else to be done in favor of Upper Echelon. Infinite Simplicity struggled only on that P1 rotation at the beginning, but outside of that, they were frying. They fought, and they earned their first map here on match number 2, ladies and gentlemen, doing an outstanding job. GG, well played, and the MVP has to go to one of the players, but if I'm being honest with you, I feel like the collective effort and the control, the amount of teamwork that they were putting, they all played tremendously good on the side of Infinite.
One thing I failed to mention as well, like, we mentioned Scott not playing in the last series.
Yeah.
And then the team falling shy of victory. Well, Scott's playing today. What we forgot to mention was Carlos.
Control, right?
Carlos did not play on Tuesday. And Carlos is playing today. And did he bring his A game? 2 minutes and 14 on the hill. Holy hell. The Venezuelan wonder is, I mean, he's good looking. He can shoot straight. He plays objective. I don't know what much more you want from a man. Freak of a game for him to start off this series, and a great way to put their foot down. UE look pretty promising on those opening first few hills, but it's Simplicity who come out on top. And Carlos being in the roster certainly makes a big difference, as you can tell. I mean, the morale sounded well. Everybody was clicking. It was like after that P2 point, things just started to turn on for Simplicity, and they never really looked back.
Yeah, that's definitely the best way to explain it, absolutely. And even people are completely agreeing with you. Carlinhos truly OP. You said at the time, the kills, barely dying. The boy was on his A game indeed. And you said it perfectly, you know. We talked about the missing parts now on both UE and Upper Echelon, and they were both respectively MVPs of their own teams. That's just how important sometimes players can be. Someone said that Carlinhos was with a 2.14 KD. That's not it. What do you mean? It was like a 1.5. what are you saying? He got 31 kills like 20 times. It's like 1.5, slightly above that, but.
Oh no, maybe they're saying 2 minutes and 14 on the hill.
You know what? That would make sense.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, we don't. No, you don't ever have to apologize for anything. Those chat doesn't know anything. They're so. Listen, those guys will.
I mean, they used the point instead of 2 dots. You know, I was thinking of KD instead of seconds. But no, yeah, they're right. It was 2.14.
All right. Well, game number 2, Upper Echelon. What's the game plan? What's the move? Are we going to a game 3? It's got to be here. Summit, we go. This is about to be chilly as all gets out, bro. I don't know who's going to thaw out first or who's going to, get on top second. Obviously, right now, the first 6 rounds are going to be on the attacking side. It's UE. Harder side of the map, to be fair. But it's got to get done. Right now, keep the damage to a minimal. Find a way to extend this game because these search and destroys can be very quick, especially on a map like this. As a matter of fact, Scott is ready to get dirty. So is Cartels. He's going to be able to get the opening trade now as Ralph is booming and zooming on the map. We'll see if he gets this flick there. I don't know. Is he going to bake the nade to perfection? Carlos! Literally 1 HP.
That was almost a miracle, let me tell you. That was so close to being a kill, but fortunately enough for Carlinhos, that is just not going to be the case. And we're still on round number 1. Nothing has happened. Pepe finding another kill. Pepe going for more, but Kings is going to say no to that. In the meantime, Josabot also took down Awaken. And then there's going to be a 1v2 for Kings, who finds Josabot, but Josabot is more than that. He is going to be the one to clutch the point in favor of Upper Echelon. UE having a good start, not bad. It was pretty close. 3 for 5 kills, really close to one another. Pepe and Josabot putting in an insane amount of work with 2 kills each and allowing the squad to end up on a high note that round. Now, as we move forward, there's going to be a lot of aggression coming down from Infinite Simplicity. Awaken going to take 1. Awaken going to try to find some more. Kings looking on to the side of Connector, but there's no one in there carrying the bomb. There's Pepe. And, well, Pepe is completely far apart from his allies and knocked down as well.
Yo, dropped. Kings finding the wall bangs there. Dealing with the pain of having pests in your spawn? Call Kings. He'll certainly annihilate him. Oh, boy, Carlos needs to play the big boy heady right here. Reposition Justabot, making it look good, but Carlos says, I will take your life away. Revenge served at its best right now. Scott and ARF trying to pick up the pieces. 2v3 style. Oh, baby, Scott! Absolutely no recoil on this base Bison. Looked cracked and ridiculous right now. Bob's still down. Scott and Ralph left on their own. They're going to fend for themselves. They said to hell with the objective. We're going to go on an all-out manhunt. 50 seconds on the clock. Plenty of map to scour, and Carlos and Jan, well, they're playing their 2s right here in the back of the spawn site, so bomb's finally going to get collected. Ralph says, I'll try and get it, man. Let me see what I can do here. But Scott is in certain danger if he peeks these corners. Well, let's see if he can round this corner. Maybe catch one here and Jan. Oh, good shots. Clears the sight, gets back out of sight. And Carlos has no idea what's happened. Oh, yeah, he does. There he goes. Retaliation. Back and forth we go. Carlos has been the hitman to get the bags, but it is Raph on top of each other, playing those duos so very well.
Yeah, playing it to perfection. Trade after trade after trade. Doesn't matter if you die, if you also make sure that your allies are going to take the last kill of the round. Another one in favor of UE. Doing really, really great right now. Carrying the bomb once again is going to be Pepe. but there's also Carlinhos pushing forward with a Fennec. Keep an eye open for Carlinhos. He's trying to surprise someone, but surprise is not gonna come just yet. First kill was in favor of Simplicity. Let's be reminded at the beginning of game 1 they also struggled, but let's see for how much longer they're gonna be struggling here on this search and destroy. So far, no rounds for them, and a single kill on round number 3 so far. A little bit more of a pause in the hands of UE. They're thinking about their next move. They are unsure as to where the opponents could be at and where they should be going next. Right now, Pepe just barely missing the opportunity to actually see one of the opponents, so still gonna manage to survive, but as soon as he begins to push, that is going to be his mistake. Makes the call for just about to take not only one but two, just about going for the third one, but begins to shoot onto a place that's just not a wall bangable. Awaken took the opportunity to take him down. Verdict, has that ever happened to you? Where you
all the time,
fight and then begin
bro? I
shooting
get
into a
prone
wall
locked.
Not actually.
I get prone locked, or I prone into something that you
Oh,
can't
man.
move, and my shots and my aim just is not there because of that.
It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, that's always all too often the case. Raph now left alone. He's not going to have any help from Scott, who's just dropped, and finally around in favor of the defense. I gotta say though, they've set the bench high. The bar is definitely great. It's looking pretty here on the attack. First 3 rounds in, they get 2 of those, and they do it on the backs of some great gun skill. They don't necessarily play the objective to a T. But when you're able to maneuver a map like this and do it to an extent to where you don't have to get that bomb plant down, kudos to you. Got to sit back and wonder, Simplicity, where are you at on this objective? Right now, first hit of waves, players coming through, Tsunami coming through, crashing for the first. Carlos there for the trade. He has been trade galore. Justabot no longer able to roam the map, as Carlos has the Ascended Fennec, and he has ascended into final form here in the Search and Destroy. 4 kills already in his name now. He's looking for more. Cartels holding down the bunker here on the A side. Only 3 players left to deal with, and they are all stacked here on the A or the B side of the map. Bottom control, back spawn, and then one in Ralph, who is literally on an island on the outskirts. I don't know it. Well, there we go. They know it now. I was about to say, I don't know if Simplicity know that he's literally in wide open here on the bottom control. Surely enough, he fires the first shot and gets the block. King's there for the trade. And this one's coming down to the wire. It's a minute left, and we have literally not seen a bomb plant yet.
Yeah, this is pretty much team deathmatch with rounds included, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god.
God, Drozen,
Another...
bro. God. 50 tier 1s, bro.
Man.
Good lord.
Yeah.
All right. Back in character. Go. From the top, 2v3.
3 versus 2, ladies and gentlemen. This is only Scott and Raph. The trades end up in favor of Infinite Simplicity Kings with the opportunity to take that another kill onto Raph. A little bit of a bunny hop situation.
God, he's such a...
He's
a freak, bro.
Oh, that was so smooth,
That was so... He looks like Shotzi. He literally looks like Shotzi from the CDL. The movement god, I mean, he just does things... It's ridiculous. Right now, he's going to be stuck in a pickle. It's... not to go with either. 10 seconds left to go.
That's my question.
Oh my god, dude. Alright, look, I don't know, bro. It just makes it look too damn good. It doesn't matter. Even when he dies, he looks good. Raph, can you teach me the ways of the movement gods? I need lessons ASAP. Need lessons.
Oh my goodness, I was not ready. I was just not ready.
Bro, I'm glad I called him the games. I was like, what the hell is this movement, bro? He's just built different.
Oh my god, absolutely. Alright, round number 5, ladies and gentlemen, so let's move forward. Raph just nearly killed himself with his own nade, but manages to survive that. Now he was trying to push forward, try to push onto the second floor of green, but you gotta be careful. There's a lot of people already looking up to that angle. One of them is gonna be Awaken. First Blood is once again gonna be in favor of Infinite Simplicity. They already took 2 rounds in a row in their favor, but now Scott is gonna answer back. Pepe gonna do exactly the same thing. 2-for-1 trades now. No, make it a third. Another kill now going in favor of Scott, collapsing onto 4 for him. That's going to be a 4v2. King's going to answer back with a kill onto Scott, but in the meantime, the bomb is going to be planted. 40 seconds on the clock, and only 2 members alive on the side of Infinite Simplicity. One of them is going to be John. John already looking into this angle. He knows that there's someone to the right, but he's trying to make it worth his allied. Knocked down to the ground, to the graveyard. No more in here. Goes for that kill onto Pepe, but he says no to that. Not only is he gonna plant the bomb, he's also gonna defend that bad boy, and that is the retake now in favor of UE, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be round 6, the last round before we flip spawns.
There we go, round 6. 3 rounds already under the belts of UE. They are starting this one off on a high note. And when they're piecing, they are hard to stop. Scott has picked up his search and destroy paralysis, and I've got to say, man, it's looking good here on the map. His shots have been crisp. Right now, Ralph's going to be annihilated by Cartels, who's opted to drop the sniper. Justabot there to get the trades. Pepe also able to take down Carlos. This defense is getting a little bit lackadaisical. A little bit too aggressive for their own liking. Right now, it's 3v4. Bombs made its way over to the B side. Awaken's going to peek it. He doesn't know it, but there's an opponent right behind him. He's going to eat some bullets from Tsunami down low, who gets the trade, but Bomb's down. 2v2 now. And that might have blown up the round. Awaken's going to be able to do the deed. Pepe going to be able to put the final shots into Yon, and now it's all on Kings. Prime positioning now is that Bomb's going to get picked up. Justabot's going to eat some shots, but it's going to be Pepe from the top rope. 4-2 sides swap. We've got a lead drastically in favor of the team who had their backs against the wall for the first 6 rounds. Now they get to sit back and relax and play like defense. This could be a game 3, journey for us. We're looking at, Simplicity like breaking here on this map. Was this their call?
I'm not too sure. Paulinho's with an opening frag.
Oh my god, what the
Feels
hell?
blink. 15 seconds and pretty much everybody is dead. Tsunami. Oh, what? That was like less than 20 seconds.
19 to be exact. And stop, it's done.
19 seconds. And
Yikes.
yeah, you were talking about a chill, laid back down defense, but you cannot be laying back when you have enemies down your throat so early on to the round.
All right. Gotta give props to Simplicity where it's due right now. I didn't realize and recognize your game right there. Awaken's going to be good for the first there, but the trade for Pepe is out the window. 1 for 1 we go. This one's already almost gone twice as much time as the last round now, as we're going to slow things down here on the defense. Still not working too well, as Ralph is going to get dropped as well, too. So 2 players left stacked. 1 on the B side, 1 on the 2 on the A side. You can see a little bit of support goes a long way for Justabot. Needs to collapse on this player and Awaken. Doesn't matter. His teammates been swallow whole into the endeavors. He goes to the next round. Scott and Justabot now looking to clutch it up 2v3 style. Justabot, to have fun, all you got to do is intervene. Just get in there and take those shots. Scott, you guys are taking the long route. You've got 40 seconds to go, and you got to factor in a 5-second defuse. Kings, look at this cheeky little spot. Just holding choke angles. Look, if they're rotating through the top side, you've got them covered. But look at the collapse there. I love the read. This might be a big investment. It needs a big return. King's not yet involved. Does have the top rope. All he's got to do is play time to a T. And Scott, he has got to push.
Oh,
Free. Good stuff.
That Kings.
Well played.
Let me tell you, I feel like as much as I've known Kings for a while, I know how great of a player he is. That's gotta be just perfect timing for him to be in there. He may have been late, but that lateness allowed him to get that initial hold. And like you mentioned, Scott had to push. And Kings knew this. He just retreated back, went to his spot, took a head glitch position, and took that kill home to tie it up, ladies and gentlemen. 2 more rounds in a row going in favor of Infinite Simplicity. As they start on the offense, they are doing a tremendous job now. But now, there's going to be the answer back in favor of Upper Echelon.
Pepe.
A lot of kills in their way. Everybody's popping up like popcorn. Oh my goodness, a triple kill for Pepe on Tro. Jesus Christ, this myth is just everywhere. Because if you were to look at the minimap, he got 2 kills, 1 bomb, then the other, then the other. He was just going all the way around, took those 3 kills, and secured 11 kills for himself. And another round in favor of the side of Upper Echelon. That is a 5-4 lead. And another opportunity for them to take us into a game 3.
Yes, indeed. Now, top side's breached. Awaken. Take kills to his name. He's going to get caught with a nade baked. Jan's going to be able to shut him down. As we see the rotation through, Jan's good for the second as well. Pepe is on a burner this game. He's sitting on 14. But his teammates are going to be the last 2 alive.
Yeah.
And yeah, my game crashed in the middle of this, so I'm trying to cast from the iPad. My eyes suck right now. And I've got to say, Jan now, literally the only one alive. I've just loaded back into the game, as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen. Jan now in a 1v2, trying to get the pieces to the puzzle to fit back into this round. Gonna be a little bit difficult if you ask me, right? You got two players kind of holding that bomb site hostage. You can see they're literally just holding the angles to where they could see this player without having to engage, and then they just pounce afterwards. John, look at this. He's gonna go ahead and snake it all the way over. No, he's gonna go ahead and get up. 45 seconds. Not a rush to get this bomb planted. Definitely needs to get one before he does.
Ooh, okay. Takes that kill onto Ref. He's gonna begin to push forward.
Oh!
My goodness! He read him like a book. Turns out with those light pick and secures the round to even the scoreboard again. Oh my goodness! Like he literally read him like a book, man. He knew he was gonna be there. He made the perfect move to have the advantage on that fight.
Jan's got that dog in him, man. Jan has got that dog in him. So does Pepe, bro. He's sitting on 15. Looking good here. He picked up a 3-piece last round as I was trying to get it. He's going to start off with 2 off the wrap. God, these guys got families. Cartel's now the last one alive. Pepe is on a manhunt.
Don't, bro, if he gets this kill, I swear to God.
Okay, Cartels. Okay. There we go. Shut him down. Momentum.
That was 3 kills for Pepe, 3
back to back
kills for Pepe, and 2 kills for Pepe. Like this man,
just like, I mean, he's just ridiculous.
He with the opponents at this point.
Yeah, back-to-back rounds, doing what he wants. Nobody has anything to say. Cartel's finally able to silence him, but damage is done. Bombs down right here, and Scott's kind of peeking the angle. They're not going to make mistakes from the last round. That was a disaster. Jan definitely got that dog in him. We'll see if Cartels has got it in him now, as they're going to need it. 5-5. Next point going to give the map advantage. Cartel's going to be straddling right here in the bottom side. He's going to get ousted by Justabot, who is literally on the bottom side of the cage. Yeah, such a cheeky angle. Such a good one. Good spot. Good for you.
Yeah. When you have 4 members alive, there's no need to rush. You just got to wait it out, and he does to take that kill. Justabot now with 9 kills is going to be the second player with the most kills on the side of upper echelon. And most importantly, another point that provides the map point situation. They want to take us onto the 3rd map, but Kings is going to open up the floodgates by eliminating Raf. Kill in hand, looking to find some more. The one carrying the bomb is going to be Carlinhos, still pushing forward. Justabot continues to push forward, but gets spotted by Cartels. Another kill in the chamber for the members over on Infinite Simplicity. They may have struggled to actually have some sort of advantage so far this game, but they're still fighting. They're still feeling fancy. They're looking to find some more. They've gotten 2 kills already, and they're looking to find the remaining 3. Awaken gonna get the next one. Only Tsunami and Pepe remain. Bomb is gonna be planted, and that is gonna be 40 seconds now. Pepe, you've gotten multiple kills on the previous rounds, and he's gonna start off with a headshot onto Jan. His ally also gonna get a knock. He finds Carlinhos, but the timing was not there. He was flipping between one another, and Carlinhos with double.
This one ain't over, chat.
Oh man, time.
OT, baby, OT.
Gotta love it.
First set attacking rounds here. They look great. Both sides. They went 4 and 2, right? 4 rounds in favor of both teams on the attacking side. So advantage, if you're playing the odds, have to be for the attacking side because they prevailed so well. And first hit now through. No one's quite made their way over. Hello, Jan's right there on the outskirts. Pepe playing his life. I've been on board with him because he's just been so dynamic. He's sitting on 17. He might be able to get 20 in this one. Not this round, homie. Tsunami there for the trade, though. Yeah, Pepe, yeah. We've seen you make some all-star plays. That one, not quite there.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, your allied still got your back, Pepe, so do not worry about that. Just about with the next kill. Cartels in the middle of a 1v4, ladies and gentlemen. Bomb being planted, baby. A nasty quickscope onto Raf to remake that number. Finds another enemy, but misses that opportunity to find that kill. 1v3 still for Cartels. Let's see what he decides to do, because, ladies and gentlemen, he's only got 30 more seconds on the clock. And that's getting lower and lower as we speak. Still pushing forward inside the connector. That'll land a shot onto Justabot. Bob, my boy Scott, sneaky enough to still be on the inside of those computers.
He took a note out of King's. He took a note out of King's book right there. That looked like one of those King's cheeky spots, right? You know, the spots where you just kind of post up and, you know, kind of have like a late arrival but a high impact. Kind of like a few rounds back, you remember? I mean, obviously he got, you know, involved a little bit quicker than Kings did. Right here, it was kind of necessary. He was right in front of him, so payoff round. Defense stands strong for the first. They can close it out here, or the attack stands strong here on the first. The defense can close it out here now as they are hard pushed up into the spawns. Look at Ralph. Look at Pepe. They are pushing the boundaries here on this snow site. And this collapse comes at the right time. It could be devastating. Tsunami opens up with the first. Ralph is going to be able to get the first as well. There goes Pepe. He's on the prowl, but Cartel's able to shut him down. He's on the top scaffolding. Is he going to be able to stay alive? And now it's all on Kings, 1v3 style. This is for another set of overtime rounds. Can Kings clutch it up? 1 minute left to go on the clock. Bomb is down. Raph calls his number. We're going to control, ladies and gentlemen. The 8-6 upper echelon win. These boys are here to play. And surely we're heading over to system control to see who is left standing. I'm kind of speechless, man. That was I don't usually like summit searches and, you know, search and destroys. But that has got to have been like one of the better ones, right?
It was really good, really spicy. A lot of back and forward, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and we're going to a game 3. That's right. Oh, that was a fantastic game. And yeah, you definitely gotta agree with that. 18 kills for my boy Pepe. He struggled on a couple of rounds, but overall, he had outstanding performances on multiple situations that allowed the squad to get multiple points in their way. So, mad props to my man Pepe, nearly dropping a 20 bomb on search and destroy. I've seen people getting less kills than that on a full-on game of either hardpoint or control. So,
right?
really, really well done on your end.
Really well done indeed. Now, did the job to get the team an opportunity to, you know, strike back here in a control game. Obviously, this series has gone the distance, and we're all on board for it. I love to see it now. As I can't even remember, where are we heading over? Where, could you wonder, where we'll be? Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, the maps haven't been changed yet. Thank God I was able to get that intel into the admin teams, because I love it when I can see the best of 3 for a second time and be able to talk about this control map. The journey started out on a hardpoint firing range. It was not a pretty sight for UE. They did not look like they were in that series to begin with. Great one. Fire back onto the summit now. Search of Troy. 8-6. Overtime victory. Victory is victory. And this one's going to come down to the wire on a slums control. Gil, based off what we've seen from both of these teams so far, pretty evenly matched, if I have to say. I mean, maybe the Gunnies favor the side of simplicity, but this UE team has a little spunk in them, right?
Yeah. You know, that I think that's gonna be the biggest part, right? Because there's definitely I would say a slight advantage on those gunfights in favor of Infinite Simplicity, but verdict, we're gonna get upper echelon to be on defense first on control. So, you know, you gotta take those two into consideration. It's gonna be more importantly the fact that upper echelon will have the opportunity to defend first, or the gunfight situation will still prevail to be the key part on a potential victory in favor of Infinite Simplicity. What would you say could have a bigger impact off of this two?
I mean, obviously, you've got UE who have the graces of of defending round 5 if it goes that far. I think the difference is how quickly, you know, the side of Infinite Simplicity can strike here on the attack. If they can live off of like small successes here in these early rounds. Obviously, I'm not, you know, saying find a way to win that first round. I mean, if you can do it, that'd be great. I mean, that's going to take a lot of, you know, load off your back and a lot less pressure to perform later on. But what can you get away with here in these first opening rounds, right? What can you do on the attack that's going to work later on? What kind of streaks can you build up? Those are all going to be like questions that are going to have to be answered here as this one opens up with, you know, Simplicity be on the attack. Now, with that being said, if you're UE, job's not done. Of course, you've got the defense round 5 in your back pockets, but you got to get there first. You got to find a way to shut his team down with minimal damage, and then you've also got to look good on the attack too, because if you allow this team to streak up on the defense, well, round after round, I mean, that's going to take a toll on you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's been times where I've seen teams win 3-0 on control when they are starting the round on offense, which means they won 2 offense and 1 defense. So anything goes. You got to make sure that as much as of an advantage you get by defending, that you are making it seem to have value in your favor as we start with this next and final game, match number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start. And remember, one of these two will continue to have hope for a potential playoffs, while the other one, they pretty much got to say goodbye to it.
Yeah, I mean, this is shattering right here for one of these teams. This is a huge moment. I'm glad you brought that up, Gil, because I would have completely neglected it. Both of these teams have an opportunity to finish in a top 6 seed. As I'm taking a look at the standings right now, they're both sitting in a very similar boat. We'll see whose dreams are crushed and whose are going to be made now as the first round here of the attack. First defending round here for the side of UE now is we're getting a little bit of a hit onto the A site. No, they're trying to open up a lane towards the A site. Yon is going to be good for 2. Make that 1 as Kings is going to be able to snag the other. And surely enough, they're trying to establish a little bit of map control early on. I like the plays here.
Alright, well, instead of Bravo, there's 2 members on the side of Infinite Simplicity. Oh, they're actually going to back out of there. They're going to continue that push, going back into it. There's Carlinhos, who is yet to find a kill. Kind of surprising, but still managing to get a lot of time for the team. And now breaking that donut on that kill by the hands of Tsunami. 24 to 22, small kill gap in favor of Infinite Simplicity, but now the true mission begins as Cartels find a double kill with that Locust and a jump shot. Oh my god, that was another nasty snipe by Cartels, who's getting onto a spawn trap situation with a sniper, but surprise, surprise, there's someone there in connectors, so it gets quickly executed, but the push continues inside of the objective. There's the Awaken find that kill onto Secret by the hands of Tsunami. Now with the shorty finds another onto Josabot, picks the CVR from the ground, finally gonna be executed by Scott, but my boy Scott at a distance. Whew, I was getting too close for comfort in the hands of Upper Echelon. They've lost plenty of lives, and there's still plenty of time also left here.
Yeah, the defense not really standing strong right now. There's 5 life lead. You got a minute and 30 on the clock. If you're the attack, you take this nice and slow. You count your kills. Carlos is going to be able to find the first. That's the opener. Cartel is going to be able to pick the heads off of 1. And now we're going to see the flood over towards the backside, the P3 side. Scott here holding the line firmly. 2 more in the feed now. Scott is here. This is the only line of the defense to hold off this push of wave of players. Pepe, you're going to be able to take down Carlos, but King's putting some lights into the some shots into the bodies of the players in front. And right now, it's all about getting onto this objective and stopping this clock. Scratch that. It's a TDM. These lives have disappeared. And what advantage you thought you had coming into this series, Huey? Not looking like it's going to be an advantage at all. They are getting picked apart. And it's down to 2v14. What happened?
Yeah,
It's a complete breakdown, bro.
Absolutely. It was 19 to 14, I still remember. And then all of a sudden, 14 to 2. Only 2. Scratch that is only 1. Tsunami on his own finds a kill onto Cartels, but it's just too much for him to try to handle. Too spicy, too hot, too clean on the side of Infinite Simplicity. You said it, you called it, you said yeah, they got defense, but what if they don't actually make sure to take value off of that? And that's exactly what happened in here. They lost control, they lost all hold, all opportunity. It went down so quickly against the side of Upper Echelon. This time around though, they start great. They get 3 kills, pushing forward. There's the opportunity to get it immediately into Alpha, and inside of it there's Pepe. Cartels with a double. Pepe inside of it gets the kill onto Carlinhos. Pepe still alive. The first stick is gonna come through in Alpha. Now he gets to look onto Connector. He knows that there's gonna be people in here. A lot of shots, but not gonna be enough. First stick though. First stick gonna be connected. Lives still pretty much evenly distributed. Now on the B side, there's the push from Raph through the wall, tries to land a few wall bangs, but not gonna be possible.
Oh, tag 5.
That was super clutch.
Oh, that was.
That
yeah, Scott was like in the midst of reloading and getting off a little bit of a clip, and surely he gets the tag 5 pop, gets to regen, and an instant chow. And Tsunami with the Purifier opening up a little bit of a lane here on the A side, but
okay.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is like, they've had such great coordination up until this point, and watching this is an utter disappointment. 40 seconds left to go here in this payoff round. You sold the bag on the defense. Right now, Simplicity are making you pay for it. Look, they've got TAC 5 pop 2. They're gonna go ahead and reap and seep into the spawn sites and just absolutely devour you from the inside out. You can't even make your way out of spawn now. This is a travesty.
God.
19-8. I mean, you gotta find a way to get out of this spawn trap, and
man.
it's impossible.
Truly impossible
boy.
here. They finally get a kill, and that's pretty much because Kings ran out of time of the Annihilator, so he was in the middle of that flip. There's only 7 seconds left, and the spawn trap is not even over with. Carlinhos with a kill going for the double. They both get executed, but there's not enough time for them to get into the objective. Verdict, this is pretty much as if they were playing Jenga, and then out of nowhere they decide to hit that tower with a full-on kick to the knee. Like,
Why did you have to use that example? That was funny. Why? I mean, come on. I want to play Jenga now, and I would have just drop kicked the damn Jenga tower. Like, I don't even want to try and do it gracefully. I just want to go at it brute force. This is disgusting. This is grotesque. This is not upper echelon right now. They're playing clueless. They're playing scared. They're playing overly aggressive. They need to just relax and play their game. This defending round doesn't need to be aggressive. They don't need to spawn trap to win. I mean, if they can, they can. Right now, Pepe, that's tough. That's a tough way to go. Does find one as he tries to initiate the spawn trap. Back to the spawn we go, and slowly but surely, you know, we're still alive, but at this moment, at the drop of a dime, Simplicity can just kick it into high gears, and with Kings is on, bro, we know how big of an impact he can have on anybody. LG, UE, you name it.
Absolutely, and right now, 35 seconds, so that does mean that Infinite Simplicity not having as fun of a time right now on round number 3, but they've already won two, so they got it pretty secured in a way, but they still gotta be cautious. We've talked about it. It doesn't matter if it's defensive for your team. You gotta make sure you make it work. Right now, 16 seconds left, 19 to 12. Yon is the one closest to get inside of the objective, but he's trying to make sure that he is safe and sound. 10 seconds left, gets spotted by Pepe, and that is probably gonna be around. Not a whole lot more to happen in here. Raph still alive, picking up kill number 8 for himself. Oh, the push! Last second push for Cartels brings himself inside of it, but the lives is still gonna be an issue. Only 8 lives left inside of Infinite Simplicity. They are gonna be trying to secure the objective. They got literally a second, not a fraction of lack of control in here, but they're still losing members one by one. Only 4 left. No more respawns. Yon taken down. Awaken. That's a double for Scott. Cartels trying to secure this with a Seagull, not gonna be enough, and that's it. That's time. That's round upper echelon. Still up and fighting, still up and trying, but they gotta win this next offensive round on the side of Upper E.
I can't tell if that was Simplicity selling or if that was UE actually playing good defense. I'm gonna be honest with you. Based off that first round, I felt like anything was possible, and in either of those scenarios could have been the case. I think we saw a little bit of a slowdown there for Simplicity, and that might come back to haunt them. We'll see if they can close it out here now, as the lead's still in favor of them, 2-1. If they do go to that attack, or that 5th round, we do have the grace of UE being on the defense yet again. Maybe they'll play it to a T like they did just then. Right now, they got to win an attack round, and they're already down a little bit of lives. Nothing we can see them come back on. Not worry about. Ready for Scott. Going to be able to find the opener there. And that's going to give the information to the team. We're going to go ahead and hop the hill. Awaken's going to be able to pull out his claw, and so is Ralph now. Needs big investment, or big return for that investment, and it's not happening. Awaken all the way up in the spawn side. He is not afraid to get dirty with this one. Finally shut down, but damage is done. Takes the progress over to the B side. Is going to come through. That's going to go ahead and spark us for our first listen. And we're going to go ahead and dive in with Upper E and see how the morale is on this potentially last round for them.
Where's the ref? Left or right?
Left or right? One more hard right.
Pushing stat.
Good trophy.
Yeah, break side.
Dead. Yo, ref, push your front door, ref.
Got him.
Get some B.
P2, or P3.
I got your grave. Bricks open.
One more P3. I only got one with Annie. One more P3.
Oh, dude, you gotta tell me.
No,
Don't pee.
Ah, shit. Yeah, my bad.
We're good. Slow it down. We can just take it over and get it.
Ref, get on it. Get on it if you can.
There we go. We got it. All right.
You have tech.
You have tech. All right.
Two guys over there.
We're good.
Yo,
Yo, I gotta say, I gotta stop and I gotta highlight Scott being the voice of reason in that call. He's cool, he's calm, he's collected. That's the kind of IGL that you need in somebody to like set the tone and the pace. If you need confidence in anybody, it's that man. My guy is literally trying to lead this team to a comeback after selling that first round on the defense. They got to do the impossible. And right now, they've got a little bit of time to work with. They don't have that much lives, but it's certainly doable. Am I right, Gil?
Absolutely making the impossible feel like possible. That's a true possibility here. 50 seconds. Verdict. That's 9-7 lives lead in favor of Infinite Simplicity. Let's see what the next strategy move is going to be for Upper Echelon. They are all in the middle of the map, trying to push forward. There's Awaken defending. Awaken takes that kill. Kings gets the next one. Only 5 left. No more spawns. There's the Sparrow. Only 1 kill. That is not enough value, ladies and gentlemen. 7-3. There's also the Annihilator in the hands of Kings. You said if this man is on fire, he's going to cause some pain onto the opponents with the Annihilator pushing forward. 2 more kills for Infinite Simplicity. The only one alive is going to be Tsunami trying to survive, but you cannot survive a shot so deadly in the hands of Kings with that Annihilator. That is GG. Well played, ladies and gentlemen. Upper Echelon tried their hardest. They pulled through on that S&D. They came back after that detrimental game of Hardpoint, but in here, game 3 on Control, they could not fight well enough against the super well coordinated team of Infinite Simplicity. It doesn't matter if you got the morality, it doesn't matter if you got the IGAL calls. If you're struggling on those one-on-one gunfights,
you are
on Control, you're eventually gonna give in, which is what happened on round 1 and 2.
And not only that, man, if you're playing Jenga and you're reaching for the, you know, if you're trying to reach for that piece with your kneecap, bro, there's a problem. And that's what it felt like. I mean, it felt like we were watching just pieces of the Jenga puzzle just being,
apart.
you know, I mean, literally like, hey, let me go just like dolphin dive into it and maybe I can pick one up. No, you just took out the whole,
with my head,
you
right?
just defeated the whole purpose of the game. You got to find a way to win those defending rounds off the rip. And one of the keynotes that I mentioned about this Simplicity matchup going into this Control was, what kind of successes can you find early on the attack? Well, they found the first round successful. They did the impossible. And now that the shoe's on the other foot, you couldn't reciprocate that in the second round, and surely enough, you're just trying to play on that back burners of a regain, and it just didn't happen. Huge gifted subs coming through for Brad iOS too as well. Absolutely love it. 21 more gifted subs. Loving the energy here in NA as well as EU. Loving the energy from this series as well. Obviously, we've kind of just been watching this one like we were crash dummies, right? Just waiting for that impact to come through, and boy, did it hit in that first round.
It was just crazy. It was just crazy. I hope you all enjoyed it because it's been a wild ride on match number 2. GG's, you know, Kings ending with the MVP. You said it. He was frying 31 kills, but not only that, Verdict. Kings was on a over 2.0 KD. He was not only killing like crazy, he was barely dying, which has even more of an impact on Control that it could on a Hardpoint, right?
No, you're absolutely right.
Just, look at that.
The beast of a series for him. He had some pretty good clutches there in the Search to Destroy. Had a hell of a Hardpoint game as well, and to cap it off, 31 and 14. He had 10 of those kills in the first round. My man's was destined to win this series on that opening start. He was frying, he was cooking. It's a problem that UE just could not combat. Obviously, with Kings' focus, bro, he is hard to stop. We've seen that plenty of times from past. LG knows that firsthand as well. Now, as we start to see other players join in, you know what that means? It means we're going to take a moment to get our preparations for the next series, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We're going to hear a word from COD Mobile here. We'll be right back after this short message.
Alrighty, gente, ladies and gentlemen, bienvenidos. This is going to be some Seminole versus Cygnus. You all got no clue how excited I am. I feel like there's a lot of potential for these two to be fighting one another. Of course, Seminole being all the way to the top, Cygnus barely being on the side of the playoffs brackets. So a lot in the table from now on for each time we see this type of contestants.
No, you're absolutely right. This has got to be a matchup that both teams have got to look their best at. Obviously, Seminoles on the back burners are progressing to be one of the better teams in NA. Obviously, they've made a few roster changes. They've added a few names that are familiar, and they're fitting in like gloves. This team's clicking on all cylinders. And Cygnus, well, they're still trying to figure out who and where and when. Obviously, they struggled on Tuesday. Who did they get beat by? Was that Fierce?
Fierce, yeah.
Fierce.
Cygnus got defeated 2-0 by Fierce.
God, that was a bad series for Cygnus. This needs to be a bounce back one, and I don't know how it could get better.
Oh man, I feel like I said it's gonna come down to the wire for Cygnus. They gotta make sure that they can do their best. I want to take a quick peek onto the players. Seems like we will have another sub in and out. This time being Irving. He went back from the ashes, from the darkness to play competitive once again, but he's out again. And Raven is gonna take said spot. Raven being also one of the players that usually tends to do really good for Cygnus. So, you know, we're gonna have to see if we get verdict the A game from Tetigro, Spades, and Raven.
Yeah.
Alongside with Kimwak's usual anchor positioning and Detri also playing a little bit more laid back with the ARs. There's a lot of room for them to end up winning, but at the same time, this is still Seminole that we're talking about. So they just need to put on their best upfront performance to actually be able to fight against them.
They got to do more than put their best foot forward. They got to put the foot of someone who is better forward to take down the Seminole team. Obviously, they have, just like I mentioned earlier, been clicking on all cylinders. It doesn't matter who they have in the mix. I think tonight they have Slothy instead of Vague. This team is just, I mean, they've worked miracles. They've done wonders. They've played extremely well under clutch situations. And the new players in Forsaken, Jez and Hacks, they are one of the best trios of players that you could combine. And even if you insert Vague into that, it just gets better. Zai, he's vetted, hasn't been to a major event since, I don't think he's ever been. Maybe stage 4 last year. Was that it? That was it. That's the biggest stage he needs. We need to get him in a stage 5, bro. We need him ASAP in a stage 5, and I think this is a team that can do it for him. And not to mention, you know, you've got Slothy, who one of the best subs in all of NA last year. Looking damn good here this year as well, too. So what do the map spreads look like, Gil? I'm take a look at them. I think this series has potential to go the distance.
Well, the rotation is going to be as follows. Starting on Punto Caliente on Raid. Moving on to some Search and Destroy on Firing Range. And a potential third game off Control over on Summit. Oh man, you got no idea how I would love for us to go see some Control on Summit. But we got to work ourselves to that situation. Cygnus up to Tibito standoff. Wow. Seems like Seminole got rid of Hacienda, so no Hacienda, no standoff there. So Raid, Firing Range, and Summit. What are your thoughts on that one?
I mean, I don't know. Raid seems like a Cygnus pick map, but I know these players play Raid hella good for Seminole. I don't know what the idea was here. Banning Hacienda was the right call. Standoff, questionable in my opinion. The firing range is going to be the determining factor. If Cygnus can't pick up their A game here in the hard point, they're going to have to follow it up with a damn good Search or Destroy. Obviously, it could go either way. I know this was a Cygnus pick map in the Raid, but I still feel like this is a 50-50, flip of the coin kind of map to start off with.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely got to agree with that. So, well, we're about to find out. We are already starting, ladies and gentlemen. Hard point on Raid. Cygnus versus Seminole. Seminole all the way to the top with 80 points for themselves, while Cygnus is down on top 5 with 60. So there's even a scenario, a world, a timeline where we could see Cygnus actually tie up Seminole points-wise. So that's a true possibility as we start with game number 1. I'd like to take a look onto... Oh, actually, I'm already with Raven. I want to see what Raven is going to be up to in here and really getting inside of the objective here with the CVR at a distance. Seminole going for the retake. Raven getting taken down. The last one alive is going to be Spades. Spades going to be executed, but there's the retake also right to Tio. Play after play, just throwing more and more players opportunities inside of here. Now Tio realized that the spawns are going to be flipping, so turns around, gets a kill, gets another assistance, and that is more control going in favor of Cygnus Esports. Finally, the Tio gets knocked out, but as I mentioned, the second they take one of the members over on Cygnus, there's already another one joining into the fun.
No, you're absolutely right. This ringside has been an absolute just pleasure to watch here from Cygnus. They have been flawless here, denying any kind of points for this team that's hungry for some on this Seminole roster. Right now, the buckle up for new. Detry's already there. Jez, you're not safe there, homie, on the tree head glitch. Hack's trying to deal the damage to the player that's there. It's Detry's going to get away. It's Spades filling the gaps. So far, so good. Zai, former team now. He's going to try and get some revenge on them now as Seminole trying to get locked and loaded here into the kitchen site we go. We'll see what they got cooking now as Spade's going to be able to hop through the front. Going to be good for the first. Make it a 2-piece to go as he is going to be sent back to the spawn. Speaking of spawns, Kimwax is back here holding it down, but nobody is going to be spawning on the backside. And that's the problem now is you only got 2 players to work with. And the hit through the back door is going to be good for the 2-piece there for Kimwax. So kitchen side a little contested, but a little bit better of a regain here for Seminole.
My goodness, Cygnus had those spawns helping them, and it took 30 seconds to actually break through that defense from Seminole, but they finally do, and there's 30 seconds left. That is more than enough time to build some sort of advantage, and not willingly, Seminole are gonna begin to rotate on to point number 3. That was just wild to me, Verdict, because those spawns were favoring Cygnus like you got no tomorrow. In the second they took those kills onto Seminole, they spawned all the way back onto Garage. So they were like, you know what? There's not even a point for us to try to fight back. And oh my goodness, not only the spawns are against them, also the rotation. Cygnus did it perfectly. And already we're gonna find themselves inside of the hill. Raven, the only one alive, will try to get the help from his allies. Plenty of nades are gonna be flying by. But he still manages to survive hiding behind this band. There's the push from Sai. Sai executed the next one. The last one to be alive is Forsaken, hiding behind this car. Finally gonna be spotted, and the control back into the hands of Cygnus. What a start for the Latin American roster.
Yo, they're snowballing right now. They're feeling it. Here comes the Pretty.
Truly.
Raven's gonna be good for the 2-piece right there. No, he's just gonna find one as the other drops now. As Kim Wax pulling out the Sparrow. They're going big.
Man.
And they are sending everything and the kitchen sink onto the Seminole team. Feel my wrath, they say. Get a little too big for the britches. Overextend, and surely enough, this last little bit of scrap time is going to be given. Oh, never mind. It's not going to be gifted. Scratch that. Kim Wax is going to be able to take down the last player live. And not even scrap is free here in this raid, or in this raid hardpoint. God dang. This is a tough way to start a series off for Seminole. And I said this was a flip of a coin kind of map. No, this has got Cygnus written all over it. I didn't know they were from the Hollywood Hills of California, man. They were born with sunglasses on. They were just playing it too cool.
Speaking de Opo, por una razón, Cygnus just trading through the opponents here now. Vetru with Annihilator, gonna find one, gonna go for 2, but there's the use of both the Tac 5 and the Claw by the hands of Forsaken. Forsaken with a double gets also an assistance, another Annihilator. So many utility popped up at the same time for Seminole to finally find some sort of secureness inside of the kill. Finally getting a sense of fulfilling of actually getting any sort of control now.
Oh, they definitely need it.
The most consecutive seconds they've had all game long. We're already on point number 4, so that has a lot to say.
Look, I gotta say, I mean, for somebody who watches raid hardpoint on a regular basis, this is nothing like the spawn sites that I usually see. Seminole, I mean, caps off to you. That was the best spawn control on a P4 ringside or courtside that I have ever seen. And you can see the points now is they're closer than they ever have been in this matchup. It's a 105 to 83. And you can thank that courtside rotation that was damn near flawless for the side of Seminole.
Only have 2 kills.
Oh man, that's the elephant in the room. I didn't want to address it, but I'm glad you brought it up. I'm not sure what homie's doing right now. He's kind of fighting demons. He does not. I mean, yeah, I just saw that. It does not look like he's. Jez from the 76 might be like on 76 plus ping.
Oh man, that's a little bit painful, but fortunately enough for him, his team. I was gonna say that they are getting some sort of control. Or the Pred missile is gonna be popped onto Raven, so that is the bounce inside for Forsaken. Gets executed by Spades, who immediately jumps inside of the hill. 20 more seconds left. And if we continue to see that control on P1 for Cygnus, that is going to be really, really bad for the side of Seminole. Another double kill in favor of Spades. My boy still alive, taking those precious seconds, favoring his team. He already has the understanding that there's someone into the kitchen, throws that paper plane and does a lot of damage on the attack, but doesn't find the kill, doesn't matter too much. They're already settled in for the P1 reset. But the problem is that so is Seminole. They only got 2 more members alive on the side of Cygnus. Raven gonna be spotted. The next one to get inside is Detri with 7 kills. Detri with this Holger has been frying through the wall even. Finds a kill on 2 Forsaken. Turns around, wants another wall, but this time onto Sai. Gets stunned, gets concussed, gets everything thrown out the window to try to take him down. And yes, he dies. But the control is still gonna be given in favor of Cygnus, doing a fantastic job. I'm telling you, you said it perfectly. It seems like they were born here in California.
Yeah, it seems like that's the case right now. We're gonna go ahead and dial in. Everything's been cool so far. Let's hear how those comms sound now as we jump in with the side of Cygnus.
Me quedo, váyanse.
Hold that right, white, hold that right.
Muerto mid.
Otro más roca, puchando cancha.
Ok, voy.
Lo maté. Dale.
Ok.
Money.
Una P1.
Les puse attack. Muerto.
Bueno, tengo Lotri.
Tiene tag ellos, güey. Tiene tag en kitchen puri. Muerto.
Tengo Lotri.
Money.
No, mato money. Trae puri.
atrás. Jungla side.
Tengo claw para romper.
Puri arco, puri arco, jungla.
Uno CK, muerto.
Cuchillo arriba.
Mega en medio. Tengo claw para...
Dale, entramos. No, tienen garra.
Hey, tres atrás, entre todos.
Oh, a little bit of a scramble here in the kitchen site. I don't know how they like their eggs, but it is certainly not looking good there on the break there. 119 to 190. We're not serving breakfast right now, but boy, it is a hot plate inside of this objective. Gil, comms. Were they buena or muy buena?
They were muy buena. They were hitting some good callouts in and out, but they finally struggled. And I mean finally, because we were lacking a lot of control on the side of Seminole. They are finally getting to do so. Forsaken continuing to have a great game. You said it's Lothy also being a monster himself with 28 kills so far, getting spotted there on the side of Zigzag. The rotation was being dealt early on by Cygnus, but let's see for how long. Trying to defend through the side of Jim. There's Kimwax. Kimwax here with the Holger will find that kill onto Sai. Kimwax onto the spawn drop rotation, finding doubles all over the board. Now the only one alive there is Jess, who may not be getting kills, but at least is trying to make the enemies uncomfortable. Unfortunately enough, that was just not enough. My friend Verdict.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking at. It's just wild to me in a way how good Cygnus have been rotating, playing, controlling, everything in between. It's just looking pretty much perfect for them.
They're looking pretty much perfect, sounding pretty much perfect. Those comms were a dub when we listened in. And on top of that, man, they have just been owning these objectives. P3s like no others. Hack's the only one here to contest. This is honestly for table scraps right now. You can see they're chalking it up. This is a big rotation that they won the last time around. Let's go ahead and dive in real quick and see if they can keep the dream alive. We're heading to courtside. Ready to ball? We'll find out now as we jump in with Seminole.
Hold my top. Hold my top.
No, I'm holding fucking top, bro. Top. Look, top. Just look fucking top, bro.
One more top. Two top.
Look fucking top, literally.
Hex, just spam your shit over there, right?
They're top.
Sparrow, Hex.
What else?
Yeah.
Behind the head, they have tech. I'm probably tech.
One more. They have tech too. Bro, my fucking frame. Three top.
I got needed. Three knees.
I am. One is flash. Nice.
So much smoke.
He's in cubby.
I got two. Back.
There's two. I'm spawning top. Yo, tree. I got spawn trap.
Cool, dude.
Top.
I got him. They're
already
new.
Nest, and jungle. Yeah. Hold the people.
Two more top.
Don't worry about it. Yo, come back. Get ring.
I'm playing for ring.
You got. I got one in kitchen for a second. Two kitchen.
All right, lockdown there on the P4. Not as crispy as it was first time around. Nonetheless, it's enough to keep the dream alive here as P5's opened up for business. 235 to 187. We got ourselves a close-knit game. Literally could come down to the wire. Big P5 is needed here from Seminole. You heard the comms. We don't care about anything on that scrap time. We want to play for new. They know the bigger picture here is to extend this one to a P1 reset. But they got to find a way to shut down Dietrich. Man is sitting on 35. He's been operator galore up. Look at this Annie. Like no other. I don't think I've seen him this good in a clutch situation in a real long time. That's going to do it. 250 to 199. Your dream has been sold. I literally didn't even know it was that quick. And surely enough, it was ending, bro. I'm sorry. Woo.
Oh, man. You know, I try to look over onto the Dio. He tried to use his Purifier twice. And both immediately shut down by the opponents. Fortunately enough, the game, the second you take it out, you get killed, it doesn't go all the way down to 0. It goes to like 80%, so you can still get it back out quickly. But he just couldn't get it out for his life, unfortunately enough. But it doesn't matter too much, you know. The entirety of the team doing super good. Actually, the trio maybe struggling a little bit more on the kill department, but the reality is, you said it perfectly, Detri on a whole other level, just shredding through enemies' opponents, and 36 kills, a minute and a half inside of the hill are gonna be the final numbers for Vetri. That is the second time around where we see the most, the highest fragger also get the most OVJ time. Once again, having a lot of importance in these games.
A lot of importance, a lot of precedence. Cygnus able to take the advantage off the game number 1. Obviously, we're heading into game 2. Seminole tried to spark a comeback. It didn't help that Jez was, I don't know if he was the one I was complaining about frames. Obviously, he is having issues. I don't think I've ever seen Mans go double negative, ever. Not in pubs, not in rank, not in competitive.
Yeah, I mean,
it could be a 1v5 and bro would find a way to go net neutral. He's just built differently, right? But the name Jazz from the 76, he obviously had 76 plus MS, and his frames were choppy. I don't know, bro. Something's got to give over there. Maybe find a way to get a reset, maybe a restart, maybe a sub. At this point, I'm not saying subs Jazz out, but at this point, if he's having that much difficulties, there's got to be more to than meets the eye. Mans doesn't complain about anything. You won't ever hear it. And obviously, you know, it certainly impacted the way this game went. It's kind of unfortunate because this one was a banger of a game. Detry was just, he was cooking, bro. And you know what that means. We're going to get into a search and destroy, and he is going to be on point like a box cutter. I do not anticipate this one to be an easy one for Seminole at all.
Yeah. Well, that 1-0 lead is definitely going to have even more of an impact as time goes on. The next one, search and destroy on firing range. I feel like in a sense this could also be a bit of a toss-up, you know, I mean, we also expected a 50-50 on raid, but on this one I would say the same. There's the sniper capabilities. Of course, you got Side, you got Jazz, you got pretty much everyone on the side of Seminole can be using a sniper. Then for Cygnus, of course, you got Tetillo, Spades, and Detry to be popping onto either a Locust or Rytech or a DLQ. So ample of opportunity for them to just try to be fancy at a distance with those sniper capabilities. We all know the SKS is no longer in action, so even more room for those sniper shots.
All right, well, we're gonna see the snipers super hot here in firing range as things are about to kick off for game number 2. I'm on board with said Sniper and Detcher. We'll see how much of an impact he can have here in the search and destroy. Had a very, very standout performance in the hard point. See if he can follow it up for a little bit of an encore himself now. Trying to get the jump off. Forsaken up top. Through the woods side he is. Looking for the wall bangs, man, has been so damn nasty with these locust shots. We'll see if he can have an impact in this one too. So, nobody able to make a movement here without being unnoticed right now. I think Detry might have spotted one inside. The lineup was there, but the shot not pulled, not triggered. Surely enough. We're about 40 seconds into this round, and it's a little bit of a standoff here. Literally, is my game frozen, or is everybody... Okay, never mind. They're moving now. Literally, 10 seconds had passed, and no one was moving.
Oh, it's about... Yeah. They're literally statues. It's been a minute, and no one's moving an inch. I'm liking it on the side of Cygnus, you know, showing a lot of control as a team. They are like, you know what, we're not gonna overexpose ourselves. They sort of realize that they could be rotating towards the end. Tetillo begins to go to this way, throws a really good nade. That is not gonna land onto anyone, I think, but let's see. Shorty in hand. I'm liking it that the time is gonna be hurting like a truck now on the side of Seminole. They all have to be pushing, and they gotta be pushing right now, all right? We all know that. 35 seconds, and Tetillo knows this. With a shorty in hand, as long as he takes that one kill, that is more than enough. But he begins to have second thoughts. Maybe it's B, maybe it's A. Forsaken gonna take the first blood. Tetillo gonna go for the retake through the wall. Oh no, not actually. That was a push by Slothy, pardon me. Slothy then takes the opportunity to plant that bomb. Oh, the sniper shot for Vetri. We're eliminating Raven with the CVR side with a retake of the bomb. Begins to plant it right now, but I'm not too sure if they're going to allow that. Seems like there's going to be just enough time. And with a sniper, oh my god, Sai. He knew that he was going to be there, but that was only a hit marker. Forsaken on his own.
Oh man, did you see him line up Spades? Unfortunate that site was not bangable, as he had it lined up. Raven's wing should have been split.
That side is not bangable.
Yeah, well, I mean, that wall. You guys get what I'm saying.
It's not bangable.
Stop being.
Yeah,
stop being.
You said it perfectly.
Stop. Yeah. All right. Well, we got a little bit of a banger on our hands. This first round obviously went in favor of the defense. You can thank Dietrich and the back line of the crew of Cygnus for holding down the fort there. They get the retake. It was clinical. First shot's in. Spades does have a nice little cheeky angle. He's going to be able to catch Slothy out. Slothy was taking one to go with him. Now is the repeat. Not going to pan out. Jez starting to pick up the slack. That's the problem. Cygnus. You had the graces of him lagging or having choppy frames in game number 1. That's not the case right now. It looks like he's clicking on all cylinders. Doesn't hit the shot there. The backside's being approached by Kimwax. Bomb's down. Dietrich's down as well. Kimwax is all on his on. It's a 1v4. 35 seconds left to go. Good shots on the hacks. Good transfer. On to Zai. And Kimwax. Now at a 1v2. Certainly doable, but both players are behind you. Forsaken. Give it to him for free, why don't you? Jez now on his on. Let's see if he can live up to his name as Jez player of the game. Oh, don't get Jez on, bro.
13 seconds, there's not enough time. Oh?
Oh, he should have stuck that,
was
bro.
Really smart by both. That was the way to go for both of them.
Yeah, maybe. It was a stalemate. Obviously, the house wins.
Oh, yeah, done differently.
I mean, Kimwax probably could have stuck that defuse, to be honest with you. It looked like if he had just stuck it after he initially went for the defuse and just stood by it, I think that would have been a decision that I would have been able to be okay and live by. Jez, first blood, Raven, out the window, out the picture, out for next round. And already a faster start we've seen ever here in this Search or Destroy, the 3rd round in. We're tied up 1 for 1. This is definitely greatness in the making here in this Search.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, round 3. Back into the calmness of pretty much not happening absolutely anything. It's been 40 seconds nearly, and no one has died just yet. The one carrying the bomb is going to be Hax, holding a Holger. Pushing towards B, there's going to be a few members on the side of Seminole. Tatillo defending here for second yet again with first blood. It's been a key part of those first blood in the past. 1 for 2 trades now. Spades does get that kill onto Jez, but it's not going to be enough. 4 versus 3. Spades is pushing forward. Keep an eye open for Spades. Oh, he's getting the angles. He is getting the angles, and he's getting that shot onto Hax.
Oh,
be
Zai.
careful. Oh, my God, where was the call for Saki?
No. Where's the comms?
For Spades. Oh, Spades, missing that triple, going for it, missing again. Has to be cautious. Drops out the nade so he can run faster out of there. Bomb is going to be taken, and the call is going to be made for Vetri to be on the look for that area. So bomb is going to be downed. That's going to be 45 seconds, but where was the call for Sai?
No,
as to where Spades was
that's such a bad, such a bad misplay. Miscommunication, maybe no comms at all. Slothy, retaliation, Detri's down, now it's all onto Spades. He's got 2 under his belt this round. Can he make it 2 more? First interaction there. Here comes the Elcar. Not today. Slothy, 1 shot. Wins those. 1-2. Back-to-back rounds there for Seminole. They're striking back with a vengeance here in this Search or Destroy. Not content with the performance there in the hard point. Not content with the performance so far. They still have a long way to go to close this one out, but already off to a better start.
Off to a better start, indeed. They struggle like crazy on game 1, but not doing too shabby now on game number 2. Now pushing through A-Long. The one up front is going to be Hax. Hax is going to encounter Raven. Raven gets taken down, but Slothy does too. Spades with another double. Spades now aiming for a triple. He could have gone for a wallbang, but he just was not feeling fancy enough to actually go for it. Got taken down. Tatillo going to be dropping a nade. Oh, gets spotted by Jez out of distance with that DLQ. Forsaken also knocks down Detri. Now all of a sudden, Kimwax in the middle of a 1v3. Bomb is being planted. Kimwax has no clue where the opponent's at. Oh, the flick with the Holger takes that kill onto Jazz. Bomb is going to be planted, which is the call for Kimwax to know that they're here.
Pre-fire.
In Hax. Whew.
Oh, there's only one way to counter Kimwax with that Holger, bro. You got to pre-fire every angle. That just tell you how much of a problem this man is on this map. That Holger is clicking. The flicks, the transfers, everything, they're cool, they're smooth. I mean, they're just ASMR for my eyes, bro. Right now, 4th round in, we're tied, or we're at 3-1 lead in favor of Seminole. Not tied at all. It's nowhere close to a tie. It's been Seminole who have jumped hoops and been there, done that to get this advantage, and they're looking to keep it now as the attacking rounds have been quick and swift. Forsaken has been clinical on these first opening engagements. See if he can provide some support for the team. It'd be huge if he takes down Kimwax on his back alley, but it's not going to happen. Slothy now trying to get the bomb plant down. He is going to go ahead and stick it. Hacks there for back support as well as Zai. Over the top, looking for the shots. Kimwax! We'll see you next round, homie. Jez going to be good for one, but the return is a nade to the face to T.O. Where'd you chuck that from, bro? Right over the top of the map. Okay, cool. Smoke going to go down. Into the trailer we go for Hacks. Still on side is Slothy. 25 seconds left to go. 3v3. Will Ziggus have what it takes to get the push? Here comes the push. It's the T.O. there with Spades and Raven. Raven's dropped. Now it's all on Forsaken. He's taking a route. He's taking a hit right now. He's going to be able to spoil one. And T.O. forced to push himself up. Great play, but the bomb's going to get stuck. There goes the nade. Doesn't matter. Forsaken pulls it up with the deagle. Well played. Well played indeed.
Well played indeed. Forsaken killed it himself on game 1 and now doing a great job to put in an even bigger advantage going in favor of Seminole. Round number 6, ladies and gentlemen. And Cygnus being quite close to finding a couple more rounds to their names, but not really there. Now Slothy on his own is going to be pushing through A-Long, like completely on his own. Does manage to find one kill, but now Cygnus knows where the bomb is at. And it's going to be a huge problem. The call is going to be made. Everybody begins to think about rotating onto Bravo, onto Alpha. Did they not see that bomb? They had to see that, right?
Had to have. I mean, right now it's in a questionable position. The stun is going to come through to T.O. with the bunny hops is good for the trade there. Detry is going to be able to find another. Now it's down to 2 here. Jazz eating bullets left to right. Out the wood building he goes. And back into the spawn. He's going to retreat. Oh, boy, this is not the play. Let's see if Forsaken can provide any kind of aerial support. He's going to be able to hold off the push for some time, but it is going to be Raven who ultimately takes the life of Jazz now. Last round on the attack, a flop.
That was such a weird round, man.
Well, such a weird round. So first you got Slothy going AWOL, puts the wall or puts the bomb literally on the opponent's side of the spawn there on the barrels.
And then they leave.
And then they just leave. It's like, hey, we got a present for you. Go ahead and open it up. It's not a bomb. We promise.
Oh man, that was so weird. That was so weird. But well, that was a round for Cygnus. We're gonna be flipping spawns now, fellas, which means now it's the offensive time for the side of Cygnus. Let's see how they do. Pushing through A-Long. Kimwax is gonna be dropping a smoke, I believe. They're not gonna be spotted just yet. The ones defending there are Sai and Spades. Sai with a shot through the wall. Raven gets the answer back, and Kimwax does the exact same thing through the smoke. They can safely plant that bomb. The next one to try to defend is gonna be Forsaken. Forsaken with a wall run will take down Raven, but the deal quickly with a refrag onto Slothy. The 3 versus 2, only Forsaken and Jez remain. Jez on the side of barrels. He knows that there's someone behind that bomb, but Kimwax is not even moving an inch. The sniper shot through the wall. That's 2 wall bangs for Forsaken. My boy does not care about walls. Jez takes that kill onto Kimwax. The only one alive is gonna be Tatio. Tatio dropping a nade through the smoke. He's gotta push forward. He lands a few shots, takes that kill. Not gonna be enough. Jez will tear him apart. And verdict, how many rounds have we had Cygnus so close? We're just not getting it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That round indeed was certainly close. Could have gone either way, but Jez and Forsaken, bro, the coordination for these two, it's undeniable. I mean, the first peak from Forsaken, just so damn disgusting. And then Jez with the crazy push over to the A side. Kimwax had no time to retaliate. Look at Jez. Now he's all the way up inside the tower site. And we'll see how much damage he can cause from up top. He's got clear aerial view of whoever he wants to see that's on wood. The T.O. looking to peel the wigs back of anybody who is in the jungle site, but it's a lo and behold only Jez or Slothy here to kind of hold off the push. Now 3 players looking to buckle up for a push. First blood did come through. It was indeed for Zai, as he has been nasty with the shots here in the second half of this matchup. To T.O. looking to shut him down, though, as the counter sniper coming through. Kimwax doing what Kimwax does. Trades for days. And the hit, the call, it's for A. And I don't know if I like the call, but Zai has to do something here. He's going to get traded out, though. He takes one with him, but Spades stays alive. And that's enough for Cygnus to get this push over to the A side now. Hack's still holding down the bunker and trailer. And this could be a little bit of disaster. Cygnus don't quite know it, but they're certainly about to. There goes the 1-2 push. It's all on Tatio this round. Flipped on its head. Let's see if Tatio can go ham. Finds the two-piece. Looking for the last. Jazz has got the boxing gloves out. Jazz! Shut down! Trying to close the gap. And Tatio didn't have to reload. Hot damn. That was so close for Seminole. This time, I think that, you know, the weight's kind of tipped in favor of Cygnus. And that's what happens.
No me la creo. Tatio 1v3 clutch out of nowhere. Still not gonna be enough though. Losing by 2 rounds. Jess is gonna find first blood here on round number 9. And Jess is pushing for more. He's not happy about not doing too much on the previous game, but through the wall he's gonna be spotted. He's gonna be taken down by Kimwax there with a Holger. With a Holger in hand, once you get the call and you got a paper thin wall, you can just spray and pray, and you are most definitely gonna get that kill if you know more or less where the opponent is at. So the 2-for-1 trade still gonna be in favor of Seminole. The heavy defense orientated onto the A side could allow Cygnus to go for Bravo if they opt to do just that. The one carrying the bomb is Kimwax Spades with yet another snipe. My boy Spades with now 11. The one with the most kills so far this game, as they all begin to rotate towards Bravo. The only one sort of defending could be Slothy, but he's not really looking into this angle. It's a weird way to approach this round for the side of Seminole. They just bring all their cards and throw them onto the side of Alpha, but that's gonna be a surprise.
Well,
That's
look at where Tatio is. He's got a surprise for somebody. I think Hax knows it. Look.
Oh no,
Mike,
Tatio.
no, he's baked the nade. He doesn't know Tatio. Oh, that's a season 1 position right there. Wow. Hey, look, he's just so cheeky with it. He's going to be able to get away for free. No, Forsaken.
So small? Oh, never mind.
Okay.
I don't know. It was probably a glitch.
Through the smoke, Spades trying to stay alive. It ain't happening. Slothy collecting those souls in the round. Going to go in favor of Seminole. We are on map point. Heading over to control, ladies and gentlemen. It's not over with yet. Let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and tip our hat to Tio. You got away with it. You did the dirty. We're happy for you, bro. That was incredible.
Yeah, definitely happy for that, fellas. Round number 10, and this comes down in favor of Seminole. Map point for themselves. Heavy push towards Bravo. The only one actually defending here is Slothy. He's gonna see a few nades dropping by, so he's keeping an eye open, tries to go for that kill, but the aggression is just too strong now. The next one to defend in here. It's gonna be Forsaken with a sniper. Sniper in hand for Forsaken. The call was made for Jess. Everybody's rotating now towards Bravo, and Cygnus realizes that, okay, I'm liking it. You know, messing around with their opponents, just pretty much playing mind games at this point. They know that they are on the brink of losing this game, so they're going for the sneaky plays. Detry, where were you? What? Honestly, I don't know what to tell you. Space is gonna get killed 13. Nothing makes sense anymore. Forsaken takes a headshot onto Forsaken through A-Long. I don't even know what the T is doing here over on Metal. He's already behind Forsaken out of nowhere. He's gonna take a freebie over here. No problem.
For the memes.
For the memes.
For the memes. There goes Zai now. Impossible. 1v4 against your former team. Where the hell is Spades at? Oh, he's inside.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Bro, they just be hitting, like, I'm literally on board and I'm like receiving the shots as they hit. I'm like, damn, dude, where did I get killed from? Yeah, Spades, man. They know all the spots. They know all the angles. They're disgusting with it. They're nasty right now. Prolonging
if
the
we
inevitable.
As casters are confused,
there's
where the shot came from.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine players.
Well, right now, A-side hit coming through. 4 buckling up for the hit. Yeah, wallbang hits. Leaves him 1. Detry gets collapsed on there. Zai opens up with the first blood. Hemorrhaging this A-side push. But Kimwax there to quickly get the trade. Now, Spades is still alive, and that's a huge problem. Someone will need to find a way to take him down. He has just been picking this team apart. Zai says, I'll step up to the occasion. Picks the head off of Tio, and now look at where he's at. All the way in the spawn side. He said he knows his team. They know. He knows that they are not going to watch this back angle, but it is Spades, your replacement piece, who's going to get the trade now. Slothy and Forsaken combined for 21. Raven and Spades combined for 20. Who's got the advantage? A minute left on the clock. Bomb's going to be picked up. Spades says, I don't want a Holger. I want something that's a little bit more mobile. Does offer the CBR. I love the read here. Definitely giving me some B vibes. We're heading down the jungle side to see where this one goes. As you got to play these duos very close and tightly knit together. Does look like Forsaken and Slothy are gonna be a little distance, and that's quite all right. They got the right mind and mentality. Forsaken's gonna go ahead and peek the B site too. They got the drop on this read, but they are not gonna prevent this bomb plan from going down.
That's right. 45 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Bomb is down. Everybody begins to push forward. One of them is gonna be Slothy going through mid, through P1. Having second thoughts, not too sure where to go. Seems like he wants to go all the way back into the jungle. Through that wood house. And alongside with him is going to be Forsaken, so the collective two-man push in here. The one defending closest is going to be Raven. Raven turns around. Raven with the opportunity, going to find one. All of a sudden, there's going to be a 1 versus 2. Slothy takes that kill, but that's the call for Space to know where the opponent is at. He can just wait it out. That's exactly what he's doing. Slothy tries to spot him. Not going to be possible. Just playing time, I'm telling you. 5 seconds left, and Spades play it to perfection. He knows what he's doing. That's another point in favor of Sage as we're going to round 12, ladies and gentlemen. Ronda 12. What do you say, verdict? We're going to game 3 or we're going to overtime?
Oh man, it might be a game 3, but it also might be some OT. Seminole not having what it takes to close that one out. 2v2 pans out. Spades, ice in his veins. Plays it to a T. And right now, we're looking at potential overtime scenario. Slothy now in a position to hold off this B-side jungle push. Kimwax, I think he's kind of alert. Someone might be here. Slothy's been here all game. I don't think he's quite been in this position. He rounds the corner. He's going to eat some bullets. Slothy now waiting for the bodies to count up. Look at all of them. Gets the first. Gets the slide peek. There goes 2. Raven finally in to shut it down, but the damage is done. And look at the position for Forsaken and Zai. They've already made their way here to clear off the remaining pieces. And Spades is left on his own in the middle wrap. We'll see if Spades can go big now. It's because, oh my god, Forsaken dropped. Hacks there for the trade. Kimwax. This is an ego check if I've ever seen one. Look, they're just going to snake their way over to the backside of the firing range.
Oh, Kimwax! You dirty dog.
Oh, you dirty dog. You sneaky, sneaky guy.
He goes unnoticed.
His eyes planted like a tree right here holding this angle. And a little bit of... Oh, there it goes. There's the intel. Oh, no! The timing! Jez, though, able to find the first. Raven bombs down. And with 35 seconds left to go, we may not see OT, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, probably not. 30 seconds left. Raven finds the first blood onto Sai, but there's 2 more souls that he's got to take care of with a good slide.
No way.
He'll take the knock onto Hacks, turns back.
Don't do it,
my
Jez.
Goodness. But he has no clue where Jez is at, which is definitely going to be an issue in here. Takes the bomb. Has the opportunity to plant the bomb. 12 seconds. Raven, you gotta make a call. You gotta make it quick. You're not gonna be able to make it. Oh, he sticks to the plant. He's doing it right now. Jez has no angle to take that kill. He goes with a pick. Oh, misses the shot. Jez, what in the world is going on? A nade is gonna be thrown. A trophy system is in the vicinity. Jez is pushing forward. Raven, head glitch, not enough. Raven, what in the world is going on? He saw him. He knows that he's here. 25 seconds left, verdict. He's gonna go for the push, and he makes
no
it.
Mames.
No mames.
1v3 clutch. Seminole. Feed the monster. And Raven, happy to eat away.
He cannot believe it himself.
We are going to OT. He's looking up in the sky. Gods, thank you for whatever you just did for me to make that 1v3 clutch come through. Thank you for giving me the ice in my veins to clutch that one up. We're heading to overtime. Raven, I'm happy for you, bro, but I'm shaking my head. Seminole. What kind of travesty was that? 2 solo challenges followed up by Jez. I mean, you just... It's not a good play. Fortunate enough for Zygnus, they keep the dream alive on the backs of some tomfoolery and some downright disgusting movements and motions towards that solo player. Obviously, we're in overtime. Round 13. This one's not over until it's over. Jenkins made his way over. He's going to eat some bullets. Decides to double back. Tatio's good for the first blood. Tatio's gets a second one for free. And Seminole might not be up to the occasion for a game 3. They might be trying to call it a night early. Minute left on the clock. Bombs being picked up by Hacks. And they are dead to rights in the spawn. Jez getting redemption for 1, but Detri there to get the trades. It's clinical here for Zygnus. And down to 2 players, we are here for Seminole.
Right. Whew. Cygnus with a perfect opportunity to find another round. They're pushing through A long, and I think Raven heard them. Raven knows what's coming. They made the call. Detry with the 1, Raven with the 2. 1-2 wombo combo in favor of Cygnus. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? I gotta be honest. I gotta be straightforward with you, Bertie. I truly feel like that hurt the mental over on Seminol's way a little bit. Even if you are as good as you are, you're gonna be like, man, how in the world did we get 1v3 clutch twice on the same game?
I'll tell you how.
Twice, man.
We sold. That's how. You sold that round. Seminole got to feel some kind of way about it. They got to answer back highly. TO's open up with first blood, but Zai there to quickly trade. Quinwax, who has been a problem in this game, he is taken out, but Spade's still alive, and Raven's trying to get the bomb plant down. Spade's hitting shots. My God, he has been crispy. It's down to 3. Bomb's been planted. 40 seconds. This is for the round. This is for the series. Zai and Jez looking to hold down the fort. Jez is good for the first, but Spades, oh my God. Finding a way to deal the damage, though. Slothy's dropped. The bodies are hitting the floor. It's all on Zai. He can't get it done, ladies and gentlemen.
Man. I cannot
Cygnus take the game and the series 2-0. And my emulator is still trying to load up, chat. My game crashed. That's how bad of a play it was. My game literally crashed after seeing that travesty.
Yeah, your game was like, you know what, man? I'm done. I'm done.
Exactly. I'm calling it a night. It said.
Oh, man.
Cygnus call it a night in the series. They put it away. 2-0 fashion. Let's take a look at the post-action report. Talk to me, Gil. The Cygnus are filling themselves right. This was a bounce back that they needed, right?
I mean, whew. I gotta be honest with you. I mentioned earlier they needed a 2-0 victory to tie up the same amount of points that Seminole had, but I did not think it was gonna be going this way, like at all. Incredible. Top 1 MVP unmatched on this Search and Destroy, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for my friend Spades. 19 kills. It's like it's nothing, you know, multiple double, triple. I wouldn't even be surprised if he caught onto a quadro at some point. I didn't notice myself, but man, was he frying. On the opposite end, you guys Lothy, he came back also. Jess, I can say the same. They did a great job, but I as much as I was saying there were rounds that Cygnus could have won and didn't, what Seminole did, it was just straight on throwing to the trash. 2 rounds, 2 perfectly winnable rounds.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but it didn't happen. Raven, tip our caps off to you, buddy. 1v3, ice in the veins. Played Jez. I mean, shame on Seminole for selling that round, and shame on them for making Jez try, you know, to do something that was well outside of doing. You got a player who's literally got a bomb plant down. Got the drop on you. We already know he was having issues outside of game 1. He definitely picked up the slack in game number 2, but those are just cardinal sins that you don't break in Search or Destroy. You got a 3v1, you at least play your duos. And if you were going to play duos, you got to have insurance. And the way that insurance works, chat, is it's a failsafe. If 2 go down, the third fills the slot of the 2 and gets the trade. It's not what happens there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a lot easier said than done in the heat of the moment. Anything's bound to happen. Cygnus, though, man, they look like they are back on their game. I think this is a roster they need to keep. I know they're not in the market to hear what casters' perspectives are, but that by far had to have been their best series that we've seen in both Hardpoint and Search and Destroy. Granted, we didn't get to see a control. Had it have gone to a control, it would have still been the best foot forward that Cygnus had played all season long.
Absolutely. I truly agree. It's just been a wild ride for Cygnus, with plenty of players who have played in the top 5 for them. But tonight, I think I gotta agree with you. Off of all we've seen, with Envoy still being undecisive if he wants to continue competitive or not, these 5 for Cygnus are looking mad good, I gotta admit. And although Detry could be on the bottom frag, let's be honest, Detry has been having plenty of really, really good and outstanding performances in the past, so nothing to be complained about him. So, yeah, they may have found something for themselves, you know.
Absolutely. Just found some more gifted subs. If you happen to receive one, make sure you thank Drills and coming through with the powerhouse of the week, homie. What do you do for a living? Shoot me your resume. I need to see it, okay? Sign me up, bro. And keep them coming. I appreciate the help. I'm obviously not asking for a handout, bro, but we appreciate you supporting the stream. And we appreciate everyone coming through and showing the support for game or series number 3. We're gonna get geared up for series number 4. That's just around the corner. It's 11. It's fierce. It's about to get pretty damn violent in here. Before we do
with the raid.
Yes. Oh, super. Appreciate the raid, homie. But before we get geared up for that 4 series, we're gonna hear a quick ad from our sponsors, and we'll be right back after the word.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to a super short break because we honestly cannot get enough of tonight's matches. We've had so much like up to the dot action that it is just wild to me. It is just being a wild verdict. We're now gonna see some 11T versus Fierce. Fierce have 2-0 11T, have 2-0 Cygnus, but actually both teams have 2-0 Cygnus and then 2-0 for Cygnus in their favor against Seminole. Like, this season is wild, man. Not only tonight, but this season as a whole has been crazy.
Yo, I've got to say, we've had some pretty great Mobile Mayhem seasons. This one, by far, has been the most dramatic. Obviously, Roster Mania always brings a certain element, dynamic to the table. Like, who's going to rise up and be the best?
Yeah.
Or who's going to be the standout team that, you know, forms and just comes through and steals our heart? Well, I'll go ahead and tell you, man. Anything can happen, and anything has happened. Hell, we saw anything happen in that Search and Destroy last game. I thought we were for sure heading to a game 3. No, Raven. My God. Best S&D play. Well, they might have gotten 2-0 by a Celebrity team, as well as this Fierce team. But now it's time for them to square off against each other. What does that mean? It means we're going to see who's going to be standing out on top now. So let's take a look at the standings before this series started. Fierce right there with 75, 11D right there with 55. 2-0 would mean we're tied, with the advantage going to the series. The series going in favor of 11D could definitely mean big implications. Obviously, this top 6 seed is a very hard one to keep. And one of these teams in the top 6, all of them deserve it. But one of them is either going to make it or not. And this could be a make or break moment here for 11D.
And even more so with the fact that Infinite Simplicity won their game.
Exactly.
It was 2-0, I mean 2-1, but they won. So they're getting there. They're getting there. That would bring the total for Simplicity to 40. Right now 11T are at 55. So, and Cygnus already won their own match. So they definitely are in desperate need to make it their own. But the same for Fierce. We've said it from now on. So all games are super important to the majority of the teams. Although I would say arguably there's a couple who unfortunately have no shot anymore, but the majority are still in a fighting situation, in a fighting point. So Fierce and 11T verdicts. What do you got your cards on? What are you betting with?
Fierce has been looking good these past few days.
Yeah.
But so is 11D. And just because Rihan came in my chat earlier and said he'd be the best player in EU, and I said he wouldn't even be top 5, bro. I don't know what the hell he's smoking, but whatever you are, please hand it over to me so I can be just as delusional. Just because he said that, I'm gonna favor 11D. You know what? Scratch that. I'm gonna roll with Fierce. It's gonna be a 2-1, but Rihan goes negative every game. Especially in a
for
Search
those
and Destroy.
predictions, I would also like to see the map rotation. So, what do we bounce over there?
Already got it up, man. Look, I take social cues. I take imprompts. You know, I feel vibes. I feel the moment. And guess what? We are going to start this puppy off on a little bit of a hardpoint firing range. Heading over to Los Angeles, California, Hollywood Hills of California, my bad. For Raid, Search, or Destroy. And if this series does go the distance, which I just predicted, and I wrote the script this time around, not Bobby, chat. Spoiler alert. We're heading to a takeoff control. And we all know what that means. Even if 11D start off on the attack, they can find a way to win. They can find a way to win rounds. They look so damn good against Seminole in that best of 3 series. I'm convinced that this team could possibly beat Fierce, and I'm going to overturn my votes. If Fierce have a chance at winning this, it's got to be a 2-0. They can't go to that game 3.
Well, as of right now, I think we are still waiting on a member on the side of one of the teams, so we must wait. All right, well, the last match of the night so far, we've had so much action. Luminosity continuing with their spree, Simplicity securing more points for themselves, Cygnus a little bit surprising, but not quite. You know, I said it. I feel like they are super inconsistent, which means they can also be at the very top at some points, right? And tonight was the night for them, absolutely. And as for the last one goes, you said that it could be a 2-1 for Fierce. And after I've seen them all, I think, you know what? I think I have to agree with you in a sense. I feel like it's either a 2-0 victory for 11T or a 2-1 victory for Fierce. So that's definitely what I think will happen.
Okay, well, we're still having a little bit of a roster situation on 11E. They only have 4 players at the moment. And it does... Oh, there we go. I just looked at the VC, and it does look like Tiesto is there. So he has joined the lobby. It does look like we're going to be gearing up to square off here in game number 1. If you've done your homework, Fierce, you would already know that Takeoff is a well-played map by 11E. You don't want to chance it. You don't want to roll the dice. You want to take the series in a 2-0 fashion. The best way to do it is to win both the hardpoint and search to destroy. No question about it as we get geared up for it. Everyone is in the lobby, ready to go. Just checking UIDs, make sure everything's good. We should be set to square off here in a moment. Predictions wise, I'm gonna change my predictions. I'm gonna roll with Fierce, but it's gonna be a 2-0 and it's gonna be a cool series. Rehan's still gonna sell the bag though. He's gonna go like quadruple negative. Facts.
Imagine. Alright, well, it's Revalo, Tiva, Codeine, Space, and Rehan. Well, I mean, you know, the thing is, I feel like on S&D Raid, with Lucifer's play, you know what, but there's Space as well. Honestly, anything goes. I'm gonna stick to what I said. Either a 2-0 victory for Cygnus or a 2-1 victory for Fierce. I think there's no in between.
Oh, no, I'm gonna go with complete opposite. I think it's a 2-0 for Fierce or a 2-1 for 11D.
Okay.
We'll see. It's got to be a 2-0.
Every scenario covered, right?
Yeah, there we go. If we see a game 3, it ain't it for Fierce. It ain't happening.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Lurker, you can totally lay down 2 different predictions. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Because it's an analytical approach. If Fierce doesn't win 2-0, they're not winning the series. If this game goes to a game 3, the Takeoff, of course, 11 is going to take it. I've seen this before. Okay, that's just how we play it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the holdup? Why are we waiting?
Unsure.
No way we're doing this right now. That's tough. They can't do a 4v5?
I'm not sure.
That's tough. Because they didn't produce their 5th player before the 10-minute marker, it does look like
I don't know the time, so I got honestly no clue.
I mean, we're not admins, you know, we're just, you know, the messengers. Don't shoot us, chat.
Listening.
You could shoot us, you know, you gotta have good aim though. You have no idea where I'm at, ever. In my stream setup room.
But yeah, that's still pretty sad news. So is that like a
this is a great look, everything is fine, chat. This is a great way to end the night, alright? Did you smile?
No, maybe.
Okay, I was like literally programmed to smile at the camera and just smile and wave. All right, guess what? If you missed it, that's too bad. Game 1 was a blender. Fierce take the bag and a very dramatic, I don't even know what the score was, bro.
Very dramatic.
Very dramatic. You know what that means? We're heading over to Raid. Search and destroy.
Let's go. Wait 1 second. Well, gente, problemas pasaron, errores se cometieron, gente llegó tarde y esto está 1-0 en favor del equipo de Fierce. Así que vamos directamente al buscar y destruir y empezamos aquí con un 5 contra 5. Es todo lo que les puedo decir. Rehan already starting heavy. He's like, you know what, 4 times negative. I'm gonna show you 4 times positive, man. Finds the first blood, but still not gonna be enough. The trade's continuing. Just is gonna find a double kill for himself, but the retake now by Space. Just with another kill now. Just with, okay, I thought he was gonna get a quadra, but no. That was Alex's duty. And well, that's a 1-0 lead in favor of an 11-2 team that is just not happy about what happened on game 1, which was them losing. You missed it. You shouldn't have blinked, you know? You blink, you miss it. That's what happens.
You blink, it's gone right now. Series lead in favor of Fierce, but right now it's 11. Trying to spark a little bit of a comeback here as they take the first hand now. Rihan, preyed on your downfall for too long, homie. You've been thriving on it. Reads the flank like a book. Alexei is predictable. It's down to 2 players. Tiesto, the late entry into the 11 roster here tonight. Meet Space. He is going to be your co-pilot here in the kitchen. Gets absolutely canned. Wow.
Well, next round, after a perfect, clean, no casualties round in favor of Fierce. Also dropping this for the admins. I think we may have the sides flipped on the stream. So
I mean, hey, everything
sorted.
happens so fast from the hard point to the search and destroy. It happens, right?
Right? It does. Just keep an eye open for Just. I don't think he noticed that there was someone on the bar. Man, no kills for Cygnus. What am I saying? For 11 again. Alexei in a 1v5 question mark. Bomb is being planted. He's in a great spot to find a kill, and he does. So there's that. At least they're doing that. But after a tremendous round 1, that could have been 2 back-to-back clean rounds for the side of Fierce. Not gonna be the case, but well, even through the wall, they can smell the fear on the eyes of Alex. Eventually, he gets knocked down by Vibes.
Is that where
point in favor of?
Is that where fear secretes smell from? The eyes.
The eyes, yeah.
I didn't know that, bro. I didn't know you could. Okay, that's good information.
That's why jump scares work. You know?
Oh, damn, dude, that's 200 IQ, bro. I'm so far behind. I'm such a boomer right now. 2-1. 11 gets slapped and smacked. Cody and opens up with the first blood. Not getting any better through the window. He hops up. Lucifer ends the reign of no kills. The drought is done. As he picks up his first blood. Bites off a little more than he can chew. And through the wall, it's Rihan. 5-2. Good for you, buddy. Bomb's made its way over to the B side. 2 players left standing yet again. Just getting the shots there to finish off Space, who is known as World GS. Now the retake is on. 2v3 style. We'll see. 40 seconds on the clock. Pallone trying to hit through the mid section. And Just going to rotate right in front of the threshold of Teabag, who's going to get a freeze to freeze. Yeah. I mean, look, that's a cheeky off angle. I got to tip my hat to Teabag. It's just better positioning.
Bad performance overall. That's another one into the books for Fierce, ladies and gentlemen. A 3-1 lead right off the bat, going on to the next round. But Fierce, after such a quick win on game number 1, they're trying to do the exact same thing on game number 2. You said it, you blink, you miss. And right now, 11 although had a great round 1, are missing here. Now pushing through pool and through the smoke. There's Teabag getting onto the sniper's nest. No, he decides to wait it out a little bit more. The one defending over there is gonna be Just. Just takes 1. Just goes for 2. Just trying to make it 3, and like it's nothing. Making a disgusting rotation, tearing everyone apart. You were talking about clean rounds, but let me show you. Says 11 here. Rihan picks up a kill, but quickly gets executed by Alexei. Alexei and Josh just having a time over the lights whenever 11 is winning. I'm telling you.
Ain't nothing like getting destroyed in the bedroom, huh, Rihan? 6 kills to 3 deaths. You're double positive, but man, get wrecked. Here we go. Payoff round. Last one on the attack. This has been swift and justice. Right now, Just has been on a tear. He's sitting on 7. We'll see if he can go big here. Pallone, don't peek that angle. Don't give him free kills, man. Make him work for it. Just gets to trade, but it's in the advantage of the opponents now, who have a 1-for-2 trade advantage. We're getting this bomb over B. Clinical. Cody going to be able to seal the deal. Lucifer trying to or stop the hemorrhaging. Look for anything he can find through the middle, but look at where Teabag is. He is off lurking somewhere. Finally detected. It's the Tiesto who has finally been activated. Ribaldo gets to trade on him. And we've got trades for days. Lucifer can't live on trades, though, as he does find the body of Codeine. 20 seconds left to go here. And this, I mean, let's be real. This is a lot of times waste. On a round like this, you got to be quick. You got to be swift. You got to make sure you get on your feet and hit this site. And surely enough, he's got to make something magical happen. Shots coming through. Rapallo collapses. Great pinch approach. Great time played there from Rihan. 4-2. Lead in favor of Fierce as they flip sides.
I feel like we've been here for like 3 minutes and we're already.
This series is almost over, right?
Right? What is this?
Oh man.
I
We
barely
need
got
ourselves
into my
a
chair.
time
and
machine, bro.
I missed most of it. Gente, ronda número 7, round number 7, and is gonna be opened by a nade from the hands of Josh, tearing the World GS down. T-Bag is a revenge frag. Lucifer had no clue that Vibes was over there. What happened?
Oh man, I'll tell you what happened.
Man, I'm telling you,
pain and devastation.
I cannot even think straight.
Can you think sideways? I don't know. I mean, crooked. Look,
Are you implying something? Am I missing something?
I mean, hey, if you can't think straight, look to the side, right? Straight forward to your side, left to right.
Oh,
right now, there's not many places this Levity team can go without being sniffed out. Rehan, he's putting on a clinic.
What is this?
Man, I should have never prayed on Rehan's downfall.
T-Bag just took a triple.
God dang. God dang.
Oh,
Just
man.
now, last player live. This is for the ace. This is for the round. Not today. We're
Not
on
today,
match
man.
point, ladies and gentlemen. Match point. Dang.
It doesn't feel like much point.
I feel like I got
don't know
robbed.
what's going on.
Can I have my money back, Chad?
goodness. ¿Qué es esto? Siento que me están robando el tiempo. Todo pasa demasiado rápido. Everything's going too fast. The push from T-Bag and Vibes going forward already. Here, T-Bag with double digits out of nowhere. I just realized that. There's also Vibes with 8 kills for himself. The first blood already came through by eliminating Tiesto. Just may have 10 kills, but the remaining of his allies have a grand total of 6. No, of 8, which is just not enough in here. Just pushing forward onto Zigzag. A few members, a few enemies in the vicinity. Shots are gonna be fired. Just once again, gonna be surprised out of nowhere. CODM takes that kill. There's a push from behind from Alex, but not gonna be quick enough. Pelon takes a kill, but gets quickly eliminated. Another 1v5. No, 1v4. Lucifer takes 1, but there's not even enough time. Verdict. Verdict. Oh, Captain, my Captain, what in the world is going on? Lucifer with a double triple.
Lucifer!
¡Qué locura de Lucifer! Se llevó la triple. 1v1 now against Rivalo. Bro, imagine.
My.
Verdict, imagine. Let's
Oh,
imagine.
my.
Can you imagine?
I'm closing my eyes right now, homie. I'm in sync right here. Lucifer, this is for the ace. This is for the guts. This is for the glory. This is for the round win. Rapallo might have touched hands with him and he doesn't even know it. The kind of timing. Oh, I'm glad I closed my eyes because I hate that I saw that one happen. Bomb's still down in the spawn, and Rapallo and Lucifer don't quite know it, but they'll rewatch it and be like, damn, homie, we could have kissed. Not today, though. We'll see who gets the last pucker up.
The time, though, the time.
The time is a factor. It's 12 seconds. It's a 1v1. Rapallo just needs to get lost. Lucifer trying to hit the hills. Does he have the time to get the bomb plant down? Rapallo, he's already on the trail. Cue the music now.
Man.
Ouch. I mean, it was epic while it lasted, homie, but like I said, it's got to be a 2-0. I wrote the script. I knew it was coming before we even started. That's why I kind of just had my
just said it.
poo
Just
face.
said it was going to be a 2-0.
Dang, man. Why I got to sell like that?
Why you got to... Oh, man. Lucifer, you... If they would have kissed, maybe Lucifer would have won. That's all I'm saying. That's all we were missing, you know? A kiss.
Yo, I mean, he's got the kiss of death, bro. That'd be the last one for Rapallo for some years. T-Bag gonna get some shakes up on the screen there. He's gonna be your top brag. 11 kills on board. That's right, Rehan. You're third to T-Bag. Just imagine. It's sold, homie. 10 kills on board for Joss, but the story for this 11 roster was the side of Lucifer. I almost counted them out, but he almost wrote him back in. But almost doesn't count in Search or Destroy. It's either you did it or you didn't. And they didn't. 7-2 win, the 2-0 swift victory. Fierce. Getting those 20 points almost felt like it was for free.
Almost feeling like it was for free. Oh, man. This...
That's tough, bro.
I think out of all days we've had so far in North America, Verdict, this day literally has had everything. Like, there's been DQs, there's been 2-1s, 2-0s.
It feels like EU. This isn't NA behavior. What the hell is this?
Oh, man. Since I missed you today, Destiny was like, you know what? Let me give you some of that EU taste over
you missed out, bro. We had such a great series with Kings and Animus. My God, that was definitely
that Kings
definitely
won, right?
Yeah, they did 2-1, and it was a hell of a clutch and a control 3-1 victory. I mean, you just got to go back and rewatch the VOD. It was so good. It was so good. Unlike the ending here for NA, it was such a big build up to a series that was, I don't know. You just got to go back and rewatch the VOD. Go back and rewatch the VOD from today too. We've had some pretty big series on our hands. Obviously, that last one was a miss. It was a dud. And Rihan, I've been smack talking you all day, bro. Smack talking you. But it was a hell of a series there for Fierce. Now I'm taking a look at the post result screen.
Postcard?
Yeah, postcard. Send me a post kiss. Send me a post dated check. Whatever you got to do, chat. Today it was clean sweeps with the exception of one series. Mobility get wiped off the floorboards there. 2-0 win for Luminosity. Infinite Simplicity back with the starting 5. Looking pretty good. Upper echelon, though, still don't go down without a fight and a banger of a Search and Destroy performance. Zygnus might have got gifted that Search and Destroy, but 2-0, they've earned it. 2-0 for Fierce after a DQ for not being able to present 5. Very unfortunate scenario there for 11, but Fierce take the bag in a 20-point grab. And where does that leave them in the standings, Gil?
Ooh, let's take a look onto these standings. That's right, Fierce, with those 20 points, are gonna end up with 95. That's right, 95 points for Fierce. Then Luminosity with their own 20 points is gonna be 95 for them as well. Then tied up to the dot, Seminole fall to the ground 2-0 against Cygnus, and that's why there's gonna be 80 for both of them. Seminole and Cygnus sharing that 3rd and 4th spot with 80 points. XI gonna be missing a day, gonna be taking a break, but still manages to secure top 5 with 75 points. Then on top 6, unfortunately, 11T, well, could not make it work. In a way, mistakes were made. It happens. 55 points for them. They're still up and running for a fight on the potential playoffs, but like I mentioned, Infinite Simplicity won their own match, so they got 40 points, only 15 points behind. I'm not too sure. Have we seen 11T versus Simplicity yet this season? If we haven't, that could bring in a lot of fun on that matter, right?
You know what? Let's go ahead and take a look at it. I think that's one of the teams. They got to play Seminole and they got to play 11D. I do remember that now. I mean, god dang. If you didn't put yourself in such a hole at the beginning of the season, now you got to dig yourself out. Starting on, oh no, it's not. Simplicity on the 21st, they play 11D. That's right, they do play 11D. And then the next day, playing day, they got to play Fierce. Damn. And on top of that, they got to end their season. They got to end their season the last week, having a bye on week 6 to begin with, 28th. And then on March 2nd, the last day of the regular season, they're going to play against Mobility. Is there hope for this Simplicity roster? I'm going to be honest with you. 2 out of 3 of those matchups, they didn't look convincing against Upper Echelon, bro. They didn't. Of course, they hammered them in the control and pounded them in the hard point, but that search, man, it needs some improvement. Granted, it was on an unorthodox summit map. Definitely still room for improvement.
Oh man, GG's, that's all I can say. GG's to everyone. Nothing is written in stone just yet, so keep it up, Infinite. Keep it up, 11T. Keep it up, XI. I mean, the difference between top 1 and top 6 is quote-unquote only 40 points, which isn't a lot. And even if you go one step further, it's only 20 points between top 1 and top 5. So anything goes, ladies and gentlemen. That top 1 and top spot, that spots are always super good to hold for yourself. So they're probably gonna be rocking something similar to that matter. Verdict, I've had a blast so far tonight. I hope you did too. I only can say thanks to everyone involved, to the viewers, to the teams, to the admins. Thank you for having me. I had a blast, and I do believe that we are finally gonna get that day action back next week, right? So
yeah, man,
looking forward to that.
Look, we're looking forward to it. You got to join us back on Tuesdays. That's where we'll pick up the action. We're gonna be signing out for the night. I'm gonna go dive headfirst into a Jenga board, chat. I might post it on Twitter later. Who knows? I might
if
do
you
it.
do, like, if you do, that'd be awesome. Like,
That would
I'm
be
encouraging
awesome.
you to
I'd
do
have to
it.
go buy a Jenga board first. Maybe I'll do it this weekend, but you just have to drop me and Gil a follow to find out there on the Twitter. So we'll see you all next week. Have a great weekend. Tune in to Bobby's stream on Saturday. We're gonna have a super exciting stem shot showdown. Should be exciting as I'll be co-casting with him. So until then, take care and have a great weekend. We'll see you then. Laters.
Peace out.